Hi, and welcome to the True Mass Games YouTube channel to another D&D one-shot. This is one of our series of one race, one class one-shots. Knowledge is power in all wizard one-shots. So we have 4 players and 4 characters tonight. Despite a few delays, we managed to have a full group, full party, and they are all wizards. We have a transmutation wizard, a necromancer, a diviner, and a blade singer tonight. They'll be introducing themselves very shortly. My name, of course, is Alex, as always, and I have the honor of being your dungeon master for the evening. And we will see what happens tonight. I'm looking forward to a lot of spells and potentially a TPK, or maybe not. We'll see how it goes. So let's jump straight into the adventure. Knowledge is power. Our characters are all members of the Wizardry Academies of Orhaven, the capital of the city of Orlon. And recently, within the last couple of days, the academies have heard rumors that a long-lost library, the library of the famed Melchior Thruthseer, a wizard half forgotten but still remembered in some musky old tomes, a wizard supposedly so powerful that he foresaw many future events and wrote them down in his extensive library that he kept, as he was writing down pretty much anything that he saw and experienced. This library was basically disappeared a couple hundred years ago and seems to have been forgotten until now. So the academies have dispatched an expedition, about a dozen workers and scribes led by 4 of their most promising young members of the Wizardry Academies, and they will travel to the village of Melek Fields, which is a bit of a remote village far to the northwest, not too far of the coast, just a couple of hours ride really from the coast. And as we are starting this one shot, our characters are with their little expeditionary force, basically, are arriving at the outskirts of Melek Fields. They have been traveling for a good week or so. They are a little tired, a little weary, but they are looking forward to finding knowledge and arcane secrets and whatever else this ancient wizard might have locked away in his laboratory and library. So the player characters are all on horseback, and there is a group of people, a few dwarves and a few humans, on mules and donkeys and such, heavily loaded with equipment. There are ropes, there are pickaxes, there are shovels, there are books and parchments and the writing equipment, and there's provisions and lanterns and torches and all the things you might need for an expedition. These workers are, of course, led by their player characters, but there's 2 men who are responsible for them. One of them is a dwarf named Thar, Thar. He's the foreman of the workers, of the half a dozen of workers, which are mostly dwarves that you have with you. And then you have a scribe, an elderly man by the name of Bastian. So like Sebastian, only with a S and the E removed. They are your liaison, so to speak, and they speak for your expeditionary force. They have their own monetary values on them, so they can pay for their own rooms and so on and so forth. So you don't have to worry about that. And if you guys want to have any mundane equipment, they will most likely have it on them. They're not carrying too many weapons, too much armor. They are not warriors as such. They are, even though some of them are, especially the dwarves, are maybe carrying like a hand axe or something like that. So if in case they are attacked, they will fight, but they are not with you to help you in combat. Just so you are aware of that. And as I said, we are approaching the village of Melek Fields. You have been riding for the last 6 to 7 hours or so through long, nearly endless grasslands with a few small forests in between. And you have crossed a fairly significant river, the River Drelm, which is flowing past Melek Fields. There is an old stone bridge. It looks way older than the village itself that you have crossed, and you can see the village now only a couple hundred yards away from you, which is surrounded by small orchards and very extensive fields of wheat and barley. And It is slowly getting dark. The sun has set, but there's still a little bit of light in the sky, and you can see that most of the houses of the village, which seems to have maybe about 150, 200 people, so it's a significant village, are lit up already. There's no more people on the fields. Most of the people seem to be in the village themselves, and you are now approaching to see what you can find. The only thing you know is basically that rumors say that this ruin, or the entrance to this ruin, has been found, excavated or something, somewhere in the vicinity of the village. You also know that the mayor's name is Alvin, Mayor Alvin, who is the guy you might want to speak to. That's pretty much all you know. And as always in my one-shots, I'll give our player characters the chance to introduce themselves, brief description, and we'll be starting from my immediate left with Niels and moving over basically all the way to Alex. So Niels, go ahead and give us a short introduction into your character, please.
Thank you. My character is a elven woman. She looks pretty young, even though elves have this ethereal youth characteristic to them. She seems almost like a teenager. She has short, blondish hair, blue eyes. She wears normal commoner's garb, though there is a hint of studded leather armor underneath. She also has a tattoo on the back of her hand in the shape of a cat's head. As she's traveling along, she seems anxious to get and sleep on a bed instead of just around the streets, around the roads. She seems to be used to some sort of luxury as well.
And what kind of weapons is Serlin carrying with her?
Yes. Serlin only carries one weapon with her. On her right hip, she carries a rapier.
All right, excellent. Okay, and that was Serlin, and she is a full elf, yes?
Yes, she is a high elf.
Okay, excellent. Okay, moving over to Mr. Godfrey Facilis, our resident necromancer of the group. So let's hear a short description, please.
Yeah, so he is a rather sort of overweight man in his late 30s. He looks a bit sort of road weary. He's used to traveling around, but he's not wearing anything particularly expensive. He's got, fairly common clothes, fairly poor. He just seems rather happy just to be going and doing something vaguely exciting for once in his life. Yeah, he's got a short sword, but that's about it for him. He's just, he likes to go out there and do something that isn't sitting around being bored.
All right, that is Godfrey. Moving over to Kevin, who is playing our diviner. Go ahead, Kevin. Give us a quick introduction, please.
Hello. So I am playing in Prospectus Infernus Montag. Prospectus Infernus. He's kind of a short guy, maybe like 5'4", 5'3", 5'4", and he's a fire genasi, but he looks more on the human side. He's got dark gray, kind of blackish skin. He's very small, like maybe only like 110, 115 pounds. He's got kind of slicked back orange hair, maybe a little bit spiky, bright orange eyes, but mostly human features. And he and as the camera like pans over him, I think he's riding a donkey, and it kind of just has a smile on his face. Is kind of happy to finally see civilization, but he's just kind of smiling, and I think he's just sitting on the donkey, and I think he has a deck of cards out, and he's just constantly shuffling them and playing with them, and he kind of just never stops that and just looks and chats with people and is very friendly. What you see
All right, excellent. And that makes 3. And the last one in the group is Alex, who is playing Benji Hale, our transmutation wizard, if I am correct.
I'm enchantment actually.
Oh, and sorry, enchantment. For some reason I thought. Anyway, go ahead and give us a quick introduction, please. Just a quick description, basically. You're muted at the moment.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, Benji is a human. He is a very pale human. He's barely into his 20s with jet black hair. He's very lanky. He's probably about like 5'10", 5'11 feet. He wears
Oh,
clothing. He's very observant.
technical issues. I think we missed a couple of words there, Alex.
Oh, it's okay.
He said something about short,
he's wearing...
young guy, basically, and then I think you cut out.
Okay. He's wearing very fine clothing. He's about 5'10", 5'11 feet. He's got jet black hair, very pale man. He's usually observant around his allies and also people that he doesn't know. He was a journalist before joining the school, and has decided to use his magic to help him in his journalism. And so he can use that to charm people and get the information that he may need out of them.
All right, interesting. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. What kind of weapons? Is he wearing any visible weapons?
Just a dagger, really.
All right, fair enough. Wizards do not really need much. Okay, and that is our party for the night as they are approaching Melek Fields. And Thar the dwarf, who's sort of ahead on a mule, turns back to you and he says, "Lie, well, looks like we're finally here. My bones can certainly use some sort of bed, eh? What do you reckon, masters? Wanna go looking for an inn or something? The sun's going down, it's a bit light."
Serlin just stretches and says, "You and me both, Thar. Oh, I could kill for a bed." Figuratively, of course.
Yeah, figuratively.
Right.
Tired of riding horses.
I don't know what you mean. This has been a lovely journey. Why do we need to go rest already? The night is still young.
Well,
what time of day is it?
Sorry?
What time of day is it?
It would be about maybe 6 o'clock in the evening. It's sort of late spring, so the days are getting longer. You maybe probably still have like half an hour of daylight left. Yeah, it's as I said, the sun has gone down. There's basically a little bit of light in the sky, but most of the ground is already wrapped in shadow as night is slowly rising out from the ground.
Can we see
the stars are not even out yet?
So you look at the village basically, which is a lot of scattered farms basically. It's not like a hub where like 50 buildings are around. It's very stretched out, but there is in the center around what looks to be a central square, there is what looks to be about a dozen or so buildings, and 2 of them seem a little larger. So you reckon if there is some sort of inn or something, it must be one of those 2 buildings. The buildings that you can see on the outlying farms are fairly simple, but there is a certain degree of wealth, if you can call farmhouses wealthy as such. This is not a poor village. It seems to be doing okay. The thatch roofs are mostly new. There's very little damage, and most of the winter damage that might have been here was repaired. The streets are relatively empty of clutter, and the fields look like they have been well preserved and are well looked after, basically.
Listen, Montag, I don't say that we should go and sleep and meditate or whatever right now, but if we are going to sit somewhere, I want a pillow, all right? It's just comfortable.
Oh, why, of course we should be comfortable. I'm not an idiot.
I've never said you are.
Yes, Prospectus, as much as I do admire your happy-go-lucky attitude, my back is tired of riding a horse.
You people never have been out with the common people or something.
Well, yeah.
the rest of your group, the workers and scribes, are sort of slowly getting off their horses or mules and donkeys behind you, like stretching and slowly starting to take their personal belongings and like put them over a shoulder and looking around. Father looks up to you and says, "All right, well, looks like we're ready to settle down. Lead the way."
All right. Well, we saw some buildings over there, so we might as well just take a look, shouldn't we?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, I look around. Are there any villagers around? Anyone outside?
There are not in your immediate vicinity, but around the center of the central square, with about, as I said, about a dozen or so larger permanent buildings, there seem to be a few people coming and going. And you can see light in a lot of houses, small fires, a bit of smoke curling up. The nights are still a little chilly, despite summer approaching. So people are lighting up their cooking fires, and you can even smell, as you're riding into the village, you can even smell the like homespun cooking of dinner and such drifting out of different houses as you ride past. There's a few dogs sort of barking at you from some distant farms and some not so distant ones, and a few kids simply dressed, but not too dirty or not too thin, as unlike some farmers that you might have seen on your roads, for the times in Orlon are not the best. But this village seems to be doing okay, and the kids give you more curious looks than like suspicious ones. You have certainly, well, those of you who have traveled a bit have certainly learned that a lot of the outlying villages are quite suspicious of strangers. This one seems to be doing okay.
Can I grab one of the kids as they go past?
Sure, yeah.
I'll just sort of
this kind of game.
I'll sort of lean down off my horse and flick a gold piece towards them, and just go,
The little, like maybe a 10-year-old boy is sort of a slightly scrubby face, dark hair, fairly dark skin. He's been clearly outside most of his life. He snatches the gold coin out of the air, showing quite a bit of dexterity. Looking at it, and his eyes go wide. For one gold coin is a significant sum of money for a farmer, especially for a kid. And he puts it away really quickly. It's gone. And he's like,
"Yeah,
hey, Master, can I help you? You looking for something?"
Yes. Could you just make sure our horses go somewhere they're supposed to be? I do whatever it is, they do.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's an inn. See that big building over there? That's the Gold Wine Inn. I'll help you out with the so that the workers there take your horses and stuff. Hope they have enough space. You have a lot of animals with you, mister. But I'll help.
We're a bit of a big deal, so
Yeah, right. A lot of people come in.
You're being too modest.
All right. I'll take you there then. Yes. And he sort of runs off. A couple of his friends who've been standing back a little follow in, joining him, dropping their sticks and like a leather ball that they've been playing with. And they seem to be running towards the larger of the two sort of main buildings of the city, which is to the left of the square. And you can see there's what looks to be a large stable, and this large stone building with a thatch roof that has a ground floor and a first floor, which is unusual in most villages. So you reckon that must be the tavern. The other large building is also built of stone, a bit smaller. However, looks quite heavily fortified, nearly like a small fortress. And you reckon it must be some sort of defensive structure, maybe like a town hall, but also clearly a position where villagers retreat in time of need. And you can see in the last few rays of the sun piercing down from the sky, you can see a banner hanging on the side of this building, which is like white cloth with two keys, a black one and a gold one, crossed on the banner itself. You reckon this must be either some local nobleman's crest or maybe the crest of the village itself. You haven't seen it before.
After Godfrey press gangs the kid into service, I point at him and send him a whispered message.
So you're pointing at who? At Godfrey?
Godfrey, yeah.
Right, okay.
And he then hears, aren't we supposed to keep a low profile?
I'll just point back. That might look a bit
I mean,
odd.
you can reply. But,
You can reply.
Yeah.
It's two-way, basically.
Oh, is it? Well, I was going to use message anyway, so
Yeah.
seeing as I have it. And just go, how do you expect my gut to keep a low profile?
I return. Fair enough.
As you are,
Were we supposed to keep a low profile at all? Was that part of the were we told to,
With
or
the
were we
giant
just supposed to go?
it's up to you. The only thing you've been told is go there, figure out if there's anything about these rumors. If the library is there, get to it and try to basically excavate as many books and scrolls and whatnot you can find, any interesting items, and bring them back to the academies. Basically.
Good to know.
All right. As you are approaching the gold wine inn, you can see there's a cup of like a golden cup painted on the front door with some what looks to be red wine sort of spilling over the side, the symbol of the inn itself. And the windows are open. There's large windows. You can see quite a crowd already gathered inside, several dozen people, and you can hear laughter and the bubblings of conversation and even some faint flute music coming out of the window. There's two young guys, maybe they're like 14, 15, they're mid-teens basically, that have come out of the stable, which is a large wooden side building, and they are together, well, assisted by Thar and his workers. They're basically slowly in the process of taking the animals into the stables. The stable seems significantly large, but with your like 15 or so mounts that you have on you, it will be definitely quite full. Thar turns to him and says, me and the lads will take care of the horses and such, so don't you worry, masters.
Much appreciated.
Mm.
And then off the oars.
All right. They take your horses, and you can obviously take any personal belongings that you might have with you, and the rest will be ushered into the stables. And while this is happening, the young boy who you gave a gold to is sort of standing there fidgeting a bit, looking around and says, all right, do you need any other help? Okay.
No, I believe we're good. Thank you.
I'll see you then. Thanks for the money. And he runs off, probably home to show his parents the massive amount of money that he had just made.
It's only a day's wages. It's not that bad.
It's not much for us, but it's a fortune for them. So you be careful.
It's like I think
poor people.
A gold coin is like a full day's work for a farmer or something like that.
Probably even more.
Or even maybe even more, yeah. So it's not like
it's for a kid anyway, so
significant amount.
Especially that.
Well, did you say fortune? I tell you what I think. I think that you may have heard something, that you might have tied in something into that boy's life, and I'm very worried. Or perhaps it is just an innocent gift that you give this boy so much money, or perhaps you have ruined him. Think more before you act.
Maybe I cursed it, maybe I didn't. What do you know?
All right, and the doors open, and you step inside, and you are swallowed up by the noise. There are quite a few people here.
Okay.
Most of them locals, but not exclusively. You do spot a couple other people that look like travelers or like traveling merchants and such in the crowd. An older bearded fella who sort of gives you a suspicious glance, who looks like maybe a tinker or something like that, like a traveling small merchant, basically. And then there is a slightly overweight older man with a bushy brownish silver beard coming towards you as you enter, and he looks around in a sort of a proprietary manner, so you reckon this must be the innkeeper himself. And he gives you a bow, quite deep bow, despite his bulging stomach. He manages to do a fairly deep bow, and he says, welcome friends, welcome to the Gold Wine Inn. My name is Luther. You look like you've traveled far. Can I interest you in some dinner and something to maybe wash out the dust from your throats. Maybe a room for the night, or even for a few nights.
Certainly, my friend. I am Prospectus Internus from the Academies.
Oh, yes.
Yes, definitely some food and a room for the night. And I don't mean
Well-
to be gauche, but do you have red wine here?
Yes, of course. Well, of course we do. We have the best wine in the area, but our mead is especially good. I can tell you that. However, so we only have 2 rooms left. If you don't mind sharing.
Is there a place to stay during the night in the tap room? Or?
Yes, I suppose. I mean, you can, if you have a sleeping bag or a blanket, you can roll it out. However, today it's a bit of a minor holiday, I suppose. So people will be around for quite a while. If you don't mind that, you're welcome to stay here free of charge. Just grab a place somewhere by the fire or something.
I don't find it a problem.
Well, I will
sharing
be.
to someone.
I will be taking a room, and I do not mind sharing at all.
Yes, well, each room has 2 beds, and a room is 5 silver per head.
Oh, well, wouldn't hurt.
Seeing as I paid for the horses, does someone want to pay for my room?
I'll pay for the rooms.
Sure, Oh, that's very kind of you. That is what. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No problem, Prospectus.
All right, I'll be right back. He walks over to the counter, and you can see there's like a couple keys hanging on hooks behind the counter. He takes 2 down and comes down. He says, "All right, so this is room number 3. Who wishes?" And he basically hands you the keys, and you guys can obviously share whatever room, whatever combination you want. Would you
Can
like
I just?
Sorry.
Can I just
go ahead.
sort of raise my hand and ask him? Could we have 4 portions of whatever it is you're serving today, and whatever my friends want? You know, whatever they're going to eat.
Right. Yes, of course. So is it 7 portions then?
I'm a hungry man.
Yes. I'm not judging. He pats his own stomach, which is pretty about the size as yours. The wife does a lot of great cooking. Anyway, I'll bring you some. We have potato stew tonight with a few bits and pieces of rabbit chopped in, and some wild onions, and we have sausages and boiled eggs, and we also have a marvelous apple pie.
Sounds lovely.
All right, I'll bring beer
Don't
and.
go easy on the wild onions, please.
Of course not. Wouldn't dream of it, mistress.
I would like an apple pie as well, please.
I'll bring everything in plenty. You just take a seat. He points at most of the tables are taken, but there's like 2 or 3 free tables still. There are at least about 50 people in the common room at the moment. It's about maybe 80% full.
Are there any languages that I can hear that I do not understand? And for the record, I know Common, Elvish, Infernal, Celestial, and Primordial.
No, the people here speak Common. You can hear a bubble of laughter, and keeping your ears open a little bit, you catch like local gossip, but also definitely people have noticed your arrival and are talking about who you might be, and you do catch a few mentions of a ruin, as they are speculating. People are speculating about why you might be here, basically. So,
could I take a scan around the area, see if anyone's staring a little too long, maybe?
seeing if everyone's doing what?
Could I take a little scan around the area, see if anyone's staring a little too long
staring
at
a bit
us,
long.
like
Sure.
suspiciously?
Give me a general perception check as you're just waiting for your food. You're sitting down and you're just scanning the room.
It's a good old 5.
Okay. So looking around, there's quite a few people looking at you, not like staring or openly, but there certainly are subject of quite a bit of conversation because some of you are fairly exotic, especially Saralyn. You get the feeling that they don't see many elves in this area. You have seen a few halflings, but mostly humans in this village. So this is about maybe 80-90% humans and a few halflings and maybe a dwarf or two in the crowd.
It's the hair, I know.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously also a Genasi with his sort of dark gray skin is also fairly unique. So you're definitely drawing some attention. You do catch the eyes of a blonde, tall fella, sort of wrapped in a leather cloak and drinking what looks to be a mug of like tea or something, some steaming herbal concoction. Who's sitting with a red-haired woman in her maybe mid to late 30s. They are sort of looking your way a little bit, and he, as your gazes meet, he just gives you a nod, then sort of a cheers motion, and then looks away.
I tap the forehead and continue to the table, sitting down.
All right, and yeah, Luther the innkeeper comes up with bearing platters of several, stacked with food, basically.
Excuse me, Luther. The blonde fellow with the lady over there. Who may they be?
They are merchants that came to town about 4 or 5 days ago. I think they're setting up for some sort of permanent residence. Fella's name is Antoine. The lady's name is Umara.
Umara or Mara?
Umara.
Umara. Hmm.
They've been good customers. I think they're looking for a place to buy. You're not looking for to buy a house here too, are you?
No, I think our expedition is only of a temporary nature.
Right. Of course. Well then.
Where would this house be?
I don't know. I mean, I know that they've been talking to several farmers, but I don't know if they bought anything yet. I don't know if
Do you know if it's anywhere near the ruins or?
Oh, the ruins. You're talking about the entrance that was discovered about a month ago.
Yes, indeed.
Right. No. There's no houses nearby. The entrance is You see, you've passed the Drelm, right? You've ridden over the old bridge.
Yeah.
So about a month ago, the mayor said had a bit of a project going, like diverting the river partially to cover some of the fields, some of the northern ones, provide them with easier water. When we did that, we spotted something weird in the water, like a little hill with some rocks and looked like walls. So we diverted a bit more water, and there it was. It's basically in the dried up riverbed, about maybe, don't know, half a mile out of town.
What direction?
Oh, it's east. Can't miss it, really. Just go east until you get to the dry riverbed. So I reckon you're here for the ruins, eh?
Seems
yeah. Well,
all right. Well,
we have nothing to hide about it.
yeah, I suppose. I
Have Antoine and did Antoine show any interest in the ruins?
What did I know? I mean, everyone's heard of them, of course. Most people have been taking a look at it, but we couldn't open them, so don't know.
You say you couldn't open them. Is there a specific doorway or?
We opened the top doorway. There's a staircase. I mean, I haven't been down there. It's a bit too old for climbing down any weird, like slippery, wet staircases. If you catch my meaning, you pat the stomach once more. But there's a thick stone door somewhere down there. Some weird magical symbols on it.
Have there been any mages nearby that have, or from far away, that have come and tried to investigate them?
Not that I know. You're the first wizard, is it?
Could say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could say that.
Aye. Well, you're the first.
Oh, I am a wizard.
First
Is there a cleric around here, a priest or something that we could talk to?
Oh yeah, we have a priest. He's not particularly like powerful or anything. Old Father Nikolai. He's been keeping the faith here.
And this father, who, what deity does he ascribe to?
Oh, you see, he sort of looks around a bit and says, "You see, we're not too particular about gods here. Whatever helps, really. I mean, we pray to the gods of the earth and the gods of the sky, the gods of the river, the healing gods, and depends what we need, really. Father Nikolai is, I mean, he's really a representative of the divine themselves, not a specific god."
I'll just reach into my pocket and pull out a little pamphlet that espouses the joys of necromancy and pass it over. Just say, give this a read sometime.
He takes it, looks down on it, says, "Oh, all right, thank you." He sort of folds it up, puts it away. I'll take a look. I'm a bit busy at the moment. Forgive me.
Of course.
Take care of my other customers. Let me know if you need anything else, or let one of the lads know. It scares off, starting to talk to other people. You can instantly hear he's sharing gossip about you. Like instantly, the moment he leaves your table, walks to a neighboring table, he's like, "Oh, wizards have arrived. They're looking at the ruin," stuff like that, basically.
If it were at all possible, Serlin would audibly roll her eyes.
Yeah. You let out a sigh and roll your eyes, but you reckon this guy must be like the center of gossip in the village.
Fair enough. Also, Godfrey, why are the pamphlets still?
I have to spread the good faith, you know.
Good faith. You're talking about undead.
Well, not
One
all of
day,
them.
You're
One
going to
day,
give these
Godfrey.
people a fright, Godfrey.
And
one day,
they can
Godfrey,
find
I will
grace.
be Grand Meister of the Academies. And on that day, the School of Necromancy will be no more. Funding will be cut. And I know
Why?
this because it says it in the cards. The way that you are eating, you're going to die so soon. The raven has marked you, my friend.
Well, I just sort of roll my eyes and go back to eating my 4 bowls of food.
Yeah, well, the food is pretty decent. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's decent home cooking, and yeah, it's very filling, very warm. It's been recently prepared. The apple strudel, the apple pie is
Lovely.
that one's actually really amazing.
If strudel was in D&D, it was this, and it was great.
Basically,
Do any of them? Can I just make a perception check? Do any of them seem like they're giving any sort of looks at a less than happy in our direction? So it's an 11 with a perception bonus. +2.
okay. You do notice 2 sort of slightly older-looking fellas. The guy you noticed before, the sort of brown, the sort of bearded older fella, and another one that looks kind of similar. They both you think they must be like tinkers or something, traveling small merchants at the table close to the exit. They're scowling at you a little bit. It's a little poorly, not too much, but a little bit, and they don't seem to be. They're the only ones who don't seem to be particularly happy in the crowd. Everyone else is just enjoying their evening.
Are those 2 talking to each other?
Yeah, every now and then they are sitting at the same, like a small table close to the exit, basically.
Could I read their lips?
Every now, yeah, it's not too hard to do. You have a very high passive perception, so you don't catch every single words because they're obviously turning away from you and then turning back, and there's people in between you. But you reckon that they seem to think that you are more competition arrived in town, basically.
I'll turn to my friends and I'll be like, fellas, I believe that we are not alone.
Well, gentlemen.
Well, no, there are 50 people here.
Competition.
Understand.
Of course, we're not alone. The stars told me this weeks ago.
And you held on to this information for so long.
I thought it was obvious. Don't they teach you anything in the other schools?
Of course. How to use a blade and magic to end one's life, for instance. But I shall not digress. Gentlemen, how about we set off a little bit sooner than we planned?
Well, I've
don't
only just
see,
started eating.
Don't see why that would hurt.
How early were you thinking? Because if it's before I finish my food, it's not going to happen.
Well, you don't need a second course, do you?
Well, I
Why
mean,
don't,
fine
why don't you
dessert.
just take it to go?
Am I some... Oh, well, I'll just sort of shrug my shoulders and try to eat as quickly as possible before they attempt to wrest it off me.
Anything, yeah.
I
Anything will take it on the road. Godfrey.
enjoy a few bites, well, sips of the stew, but that's about it.
Okay.
I'll just watch them to make sure they don't leave before he finishes up.
Who doesn't leave? Sorry?
Our competition. Make sure they don't leave
The two old guys.
before we do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't seem to be intent on leaving at all. They're sitting there and they seem, by the looks of their food, they don't seem to be willing to spend too much money. They're like basically bread and cheese and sipping some sort of beer or something, maybe, or milk, maybe. You're not quite sure.
Looking around, is the bartender nearby?
There's two younger fellas, like young guys in their maybe late teens, 17, 18 around. They might even be the sons of the innkeeper. They are like rushing around, filling up beers and bringing drinks and a little bit of food. The innkeeper himself is mostly talking to people. He's just like, he spends 10 minutes at this table, walks over to the next one. Sometimes he brings food from the kitchen, but mostly is the two young fellas that are wandering around doing.
Wait, can I wave one over?
Yeah, he comes. You have to wait for a minute or so, and then he comes rushing over and says, yes, can I help you, sir?
Yes, I was wondering if anyone around here was selling rats.
Sorry, rats?
Yes, the pests, the vermin, the things with the big red eyes, the rats.
Yeah, a weird look. Oh, no, we kill rats. No, we don't sell them.
You don't have any trapped or, anything like that? That just in a nice little bag or a cage or...
I mean, we have mouse traps and rat traps, sure. But the cats are mostly doing the work.
Now, how many of your small little urchins are good at catching rats?
I mean, it gives you a very weird look. What's it about?
I'll pull out another a gold coin and go, now this is for you, and feel free to spend it however you like among the children, but I would like tomorrow morning 2 rats in a bag, please, or 2 separate bags, up to you.
You mean dead ones or live ones?
No, alive ones, alive, please.
I'll see what I can do. No promises. I'm not a rat catcher. We don't really have a rat catcher in town.
It's a flourishing business.
Right. I suppose I'll see what I can do. No promises.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Gives them all and heads away, like giving you a quick, suspicious and confused look over his shoulder as he heads off.
I knew
I'll
I should have
walk
brought
over
my
to
own.
Godfrey. I'll walk over to Godfrey and I'll just say, Godfrey, what the hell was that?
Well, you wouldn't know, coming from an inferior school of magic, but there are ways to harvest life force from small creatures and regain them yourselves. And I thought it might be useful in the heat of battle, should that arise.
Inferior.
Are you sure that is not illegal?
Oh, I'm sure it might be, but I don't really care. When someone's trying to kill you, you see, the law is not at the top of your mind.
The best
I
defense.
am keeping my eye on you, Godfrey. The cards have been very accurate as I draw them.
Just annoyed with this whole thing. I'm just gonna go over and talk to Serlin. Just
Yeah, you sort of, I mean, you're all sitting at the same table, but you sort of shift your chair over to her.
I don't notice I'm eating.
Sometimes I wonder why I'm assigned to this mission with you.
Well, they're a nice, well-rounded bunch.
Well-rounded?
Well, I'm well-rounded anyway.
We can see.
Well-rounded in the stomach.
Yeah, we can see.
Try not to boast
Alright,
yourself too much.
Are you done yet?
I am done. I've nearly finished my food, and after that I shall be retiring.
retiring? Aren't we going
No,
to go out?
no. We are going tonight.
Yes.
Ah. Well, I wish you would have made that more obvious. I say as I, scoop up the last bits of the fourth bowl.
I know I'm a bit abrasive sometimes, but even I can read social cues like that.
I'll just wipe my lips and sit back.
All right. So about an hour or so passes, you finish your meal. It's now well and truly dark outside, maybe about 8 o'clock-ish. Still, the inn is full of people, and most of the buildings around the inn, if you're looking out the window, are still quite well lit. So people are definitely not about to go to bed. It's like the weekend, basically. Sort of Saturday evening, if you wish.
Would you guys like to do a little bit of reconnaissance before we head in for the night?
I say we go right now.
It's dark. There's no need to leave just yet. It's going to be cold.
Excuse.
Mm-hmm. Well, Godfrey, you don't have to go. You could stay here. We don't need all of us to go.
Well, are you planning on going in or just having a look?
No, just observing
warmer
from
inside.
outside from a safe distance.
What do you mean? If we can get in, we'll get in now. These people want to rob that place blind. I need this knowledge.
You seem rather selfishly motivated by this. We are, of course, only here to promote the fine arts of wizardry and gain knowledge for everyone. Share it amongst everyone.
Right.
If that's what you want to believe, then sure.
Really, we need to get rid of that school.
I am here, I can hear you. I am only sat across the table.
Oh, I know.
Again,
It's become quite
social.
heated, has it not? Well,
Anyway.
if anyone would like to join me, I'll be heading out.
So
Go
will
check
I.
out this.
Oh,
other-
I am going with you, Benji. Let us go.
All right.
And as I, at least as I leave the inn, you can definitely tell that I am twirling a sort of baton around my fingers. A baton, more. Inscribed with, wizardry sigils and arcane symbols.
Okay. As you step outside, you see the doors to the stables are open, and you can hear laughter and talking inside. You cast a glance inside. You can see your companions are sitting there on like tables and having a bit of drink and food before they head out for the night. One of them, one of the dwarven workers, looks up, sees you, and he sort of dodges Star, who's next to you, who looks up, sees you as well, jumps up and comes over to you. Holding like a wineskin in one hand. Are you heading out? I thought we were setting in for the day. Do you need us?
No, don't get up. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, of course. We are just going to see where we are going tomorrow. Make sure that everything's all right.
All right, suit yourselves. Have a good evening then.
And you too.
Stable.
And,
I'm going with them, by the way.
and I call into the stables, enjoy the drink.
Just sort of raises the wineskin over his head without even turning back. Also do the same thing.
Make sure you be a good soldier, though, and don't drink too much. But we need all of our people to excavate in the morning. Yes.
I agree.
Don't you worry, my lads are they know how to keep their drinking to themselves. They'll be up and ready early in the morning as soon as the sun's up.
Good thing. We'll see
Dwarves
you
are
at the top of
hardy
the morning.
Good.
All right. Have a good evening.
You as well.
Okay, so all four of you. Godfrey is are you with the group at the moment?
I'm
Are you-
going with them. Yeah.
So all four of you are now standing on that central square between the inn and that. Let's call it the city hall or the town hall on the other side. That sort of slightly bit more defensible building.
I guess we just start heading east.
Okay. Does any of you carry like a light source or anything like that?
I don't need it.
Cantrip, it's fine.
Okay.
I produce flame.
Sure, that
So I
works.
just keep it.
Okay.
Keep it going.
Fire.
I have none of those, so I shall be sticking close to whoever has the lighter.
Sure. So you leave the village, leaving the sound of laughter and this cavern behind, and head out east. And you pass through several rows of buildings, and then past several houses. There's still light in some of them; others are already dark. You can see in one of the little farms there seems to be like more of a private party going on. You see maybe about a dozen or so men and women dancing to some sort of rustic tones and drinking beer. They're not really paying you any attention as you walk past. And then after about maybe 15, 20 minutes of walking across the fields to the east, you come to what looks to be a dried out riverbed, basically. It's pretty wide, maybe about 50 yards or so. And the sides are not too steep. They're fairly gentle slopes with a few bushes and some tall grass.
Are we being followed?
As far as you can tell now.
Yeah, I head down the riverbed to try to find the entrance to this thing.
You head down.
I follow prospectus.
You head down. It's fairly easy going, as I said. It's not too steep. It's a bit slippery. There's still a bit of mud and such. Here and there, there's been a few rainfalls in the last couple of days. Nothing too heavy, but still. The spring can be a rainy season in Orhaven. You do get to the bottom of the ravine, or whatever you want to call it, the dried out riverbed, and start looking around a bit. And you find a few interesting like little bits and pieces, dried out dead fish, like crust of some sort of crabs and such, lying out husks underfoot, and bits and pieces of like slippery rocks and of wood that must have just been sediment on the ground, basically, of the river. And then eventually, after a good 10, 15 minutes of searching, you do see what looks to be like a small mound in the center. And you approach and you see there is several rocks on the sides of the mound, and there is one part that looks like a wall. It's like smooth and even, protruding out on one side. And following that wall around, you come to a doorway, which is open, stone door that it looks like it's been pried open. It's quite heavy and quite large, about maybe 10 feet high and maybe about 12 feet wide. Two doorway, like two sides of a door that stand maybe about 3/4 open, basically. And the stone itself looks like it's had some sort of engravings upon it, but it has been smoothened by the river. You can't read anything. Whatever, maybe it was some magical symbols, maybe it was some sort of writing, but it's impossible to decipher at the moment. Well, now anyway.
Could I? Could I walk over there and place my hand on the writing?
Yeah.
And cast mending and see if I can. That'll make it.
It's too big and too intricate.
Okay.
The magic will not do anything.
Well, I mean, it's a cantrip. Could I not just repeatedly
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything because mending works on an object, and the stone door is just too big and too heavy and too like there's too much writing on it for it to work. You feel the magic dancing on your fingertips, but the stone, cold, old, quiet, resists you.
Okay.
It's nighttime now?
Yeah, it is about 8:30 in the morning. Not late, but it's dark.
I want to look up at the sky and see if the position of this of the entrance is related to any stars or constellations that might be overhead.
Okay, give me a what would that be? I'd say intelligence check, and you will be proficient with it.
Sure. Intelligence with proficiency would be a 19.
Okay, there is actually so the entryway is facing east, so it would face the rising sun, and you do see that it is aligned in a way that points pretty much exactly at a constellation of 5 stars that you know very well. This is the constellation of the Guardian, also called the Ever-Watching Eye in some different schools of astrology and astronomy. The doorway, if the door was closed, would point straight at it.
This place, it is situated very interestingly. The rising sun would open right on it, and look at that. It is the constellation of the Guardian right overhead. I'm sure all of you noticed that.
Now you mention it, yes. Of course.
I'll be pulling out a very large, thick, very old my spell book, and I'll cast Mage Hand and have everything I see.
Okay.
Because I want to expect.
Okay.
As well.
So looking through the doorway, the dancing, flickering light that you hold in your that Infernus holds in his hand illuminates thick, heavy stone stairs leading downward underground. It looks a little slippery. There's like a few algae or some sort of fungus growing on it and a bit of moss. But other than that, it looks pretty normal.
Well, I start trotting down.
Okay.
I'll be driving them down as well.
Yeah. You do notice the staircase is kind of oddly proportioned. It's a bit tricky to climb down. It looks like the individual steps are slightly too large for you. Like you have to carefully take each step down. It's not difficult as such, but it's just something you notice.
So, could we glean something from that?
Can I make a history check and see if there are any larger people around?
It's too small for a giant. It's hard to say. It could be a artificial choice by like or maybe the architect was like a Goliath or something. You're not.
I rolled 3 anyway. I don't know anything.
Yeah. It's just an odd detail. The stairs are a winding staircase that go down 2 levels. So there's like 2 windings. And then you come into a massive stone room. Basically like the staircase ends in the center of the room, so to speak, and around you is like a stone box. Basically, the room is about maybe 20 feet by 20 feet by 20 feet, and it is completely unadorned. There is no symbols, no markings, nothing. Just flat, thick stone walls, and there is a gateway, kind of like the one you've already seen. Only this one is carved with intricate runes that go in swirling patterns all around it and sort of meets twice in the center.
Before we go any further, I pull out the hooded one, and I say a few words, and it disappears.
Okay.
And a flash of magical abjuration energy starts pouring over my body. I cast Mage Armor on myself.
All right. You feel safer.
You do like those cards, don't you?
They have given me much in my life.
Well, I'm not one to judge.
How far should we trek in this? I don't particularly feel safe going by ourselves.
Well, we should inspect the door, at least. These runes.
They're
I
barely
take a look at them.
decipherable.
Okay.
I will also look at them.
Yeah. Give me Arcana check, guys, if you want to take a look. Although I will say that, well, except for I think the only one who has dark vision is Serlin at the moment.
Yes.
It's not
I
much
do.
light, so having a bit more light would definitely benefit those people who do not have dark vision.
Yes.
I'll pull out
Okay,
a torch and light that.
I have dark vision.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Of course. Fire Genasi, right?
It's 17 for me.
Okay.
25 on the Arcana.
Nice.
Not bad.
So you guys take a look. Serlin, you would say these are definitely protected runes.
It's a +7 for me, actually.
Okay.
So 18.
Okay, so a lot of both of you looking at the runes you realize first these runes are definitely still active. There's some sort of very strong enchantment on the door itself, which is both protecting and something more. I think that there must be some magic in there that might actually harm whoever tries to open the door without the right magic. You find in the intricate runes there are 2 focus points. The runes are pointing, so the mystical energies are focused in 2 points, like keyholes, basically, on the door. One sort of in about as high as your head, and the other one maybe in chest height. And you reckon there must be some sort of either 2 spells, or maybe there's like 2 magical keys or something that someone would need to open this.
Can I see if there's any indication, like burn marks, scorch marks, any type of residue that is still here
On the door, you mean?
on those specific 2 points?
On those specific 2 points? Sure.
Yeah.
Give me a general investigation check.
Investigation check.
Yes.
That is a 17.
Okay. Looking around at the door itself more closely, like closing in, putting your face a bit closer to it, and taking a decent look, you do realize, yes, there are signs of some sort of physical attempt to pry this door open. There's like very faint, like scrape marks on the stone itself. And then looking around, you also see on the floor to your left, there is some sort of blackish blotch. Although sort of, let's say it's more dark gray than black, really, nearly the color of the rock itself. But you think this is the residue of some sort of spell effect.
Mm-hmm. And can we figure out what kind of spell that is from it?
There's not really much left of it. But you think it must be some sort of, let's say, aggressive magic.
Okay.
It looks like you think it might have come from the door, because on the way that the line sort of pointing away from the door and becoming slightly wider at the end, you think that a cone of some sort of mystical energy must have been released either by the door or maybe reflected away by the door or something, and has hit the ground and maybe someone who was standing there before. You're not sure, but there's definitely
the residue is from a person.
No, it's not from a person. It's from the spell.
Okay.
It's maybe some sort of acidic or poisonous material that hit the ground there.
Right.
I say, we have time. We have nothing but time. And I pull out my Mist's card and I begin ritual casting Detect Magic. And the card disappears and Mist starts forming around me.
Okay.
I just simply go gaseous form and float through the door.
Okay.
Oh.
as you force your way through a door, there is a flash of purple energy that flings you backwards and knocks you out of your gaseous form so that your body actually goes tumbling across the room. And you take...
the room that we're in.
You take 17 points of force damage.
Ooh, wait.
As you just like roll.
Step out of the way.
And yeah, you guys just see Godfrey flung back, hitting the ground and skidding, and then hitting the other wall, like the wall just lying there.
Godfrey, you're right.
Yes, well,
Things without group.
I'm not used to this sort of subterfuge and hard to find magic.
Subterfuge.
I like things to be rather straightforward.
We know the door is magical. You just think, oh, I might as well float through.
Well, I thought it was an easy option.
It's an easy option to get yourself killed.
Well, I'll just stand up and dust myself off, trying not to look too embarrassed.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me try something. This might as well be equally as dangerous.
Sorry, how many points of damage was that?
I think did I say 18? I think
17.
17.
17, I think.
Who else? It's a simple thing. Who else knows firebolts?
Not me.
Prospectus Infernus has just got his mist swirling around him, taking his 10 minutes to ritual cast detect magic.
Prospectus.
So he's not going to answer.
Oh.
Yeah, he's focusing.
I could heat the metal if that's what you want.
No, that's not what I mean.
I don't. I have Real Frost.
I see. I will touch my hand to one of the points on the door.
Yep.
Nothing happens?
Nope.
I will cast Shock and Grasp.
Okay. The electricity sizzles over the door. It's stone. It doesn't really do much.
Okay. I then take a few steps back, 10 feet, and just fling a firebolt at the exact point.
Okay. Firebolt flies in and hits it, and
So I just tap him on the shoulder and go, you do know there must be some sort of rune of dispel magic on there, because as you should know as a practitioner of the arts, gaseous form, you shouldn't drop out of it when you take damage. So I have a horrible feeling that this is rather more tricky than we thought.
Who are you talking to, by the way?
Whoever was throwing the
that
fireball.
was me. Yeah. Okay. I don't. If the magic is focused on these 2 points, there must be a unlocking mechanism. Not just to dispel it, but to activate it in a way that it opens the door.
Are we better off just going back to the pub and waiting for those other two to get in and then walking after them?
It's possible, but we don't know their objectives. For all we know, they might be just trying to destroy whatever is in there. And I don't want to take that chance. Do you?
No, that's fine.
You guys are
It's just raising.
Prospectus Infernus has finished his ritual casting of detect magic, and your eyes glow with arcane energy. You look up, and you can see an extremely intricate amount of layers upon layers of spells shining up from the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 layers of magic, one after the other and one above the other, are shimmering in the rock itself of the door and just outside of it.
And so the door. And what kind of magic is it on the door?
Different types.
All different kinds.
Different types. Yes, pretty much all. Yeah, pretty much all the schools.
All the schools. And
at least one school.
And as I, so it's
not all schools. There is no necromancy magic, and there is no divination magic.
No necromancy or divination.
Yes.
Very, very, very interesting. So I have that up for 10 minutes. The detect magic up for 10 minutes. What about that gray ooze? Do I get a ping off that? The gray
on the ground?
Yeah.
There is a little bit of magical residue there, but it's not really enough to realize anything, except for that was some sort of evocation magic that was unleashed there. It's an echo of a spell, really. It's not magic that is still in effect.
Totally. But I'm not getting a ping on anything else.
By the way.
Perception?
Yes.
Sure. Ooh, that's a 19 on the die. I don't think I have a great perception, though, but we'll see. +1, so 20.
Okay. You're looking around. You see something out of the corner of your eye. You turn towards the staircase, and you can see on the staircase, at the exit bit, where you have come down, there is a layer of illusionary magic, like a shimmering foam. Something or someone is standing there, wrapped in some sort of invisibility spell or something along those lines, and just you're not sure what exactly or what is there.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, and weirdly enough, it looks like the form is not actually standing on the staircase. It looks like it's floating above, about 2 feet above it, above the ground.
I'm gonna not react to it.
Illusion, basically, a cocoon of illusionary magic that you can see.
Yeah, I don't want to react.
All right.
To it just yet.
Give me a deception check with advantage, however.
Absolutely. Deception. Okay, +2. 17 on the die, +2 is 19.
Okay. Whoever he is, you don't think he or she or it notices that you have noticed it, and neither does any of your companions. As you sort of just leave your glance slide over, and then try to pretend that you're inspecting the rest of the room, and there's nothing to be seen in the rest of the room anyway.
So, Prospectus, what are you seeing?
I'm not seeing much of anything. The door is lots and lots of magic. Perhaps I can look on the other side of the door in a moment, but before I do that, there's something I must do here. And then I whip around and I cast a chromatic orb.
Okay.
At whatever that thing is.
All right.
So I pull out my elementalist card, and I just wing at it.
Okay. Because
I'm gonna take electric energy, lightning.
Yeah. So because your target is invisible, you will have disadvantage in the attack roll.
Absolutely.
Like vague location, but not good enough to actually target it full on.
Let's do this. You know what? Divination. I'm gonna give myself an 18 on that roll.
Portents.
Does that work with disadvantage? You can only decide one roll, right? So you'd have to still roll the second one, I'm guessing.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay.
So one is a 18, whatever the other one is, and then you pick the lower one of the two.
Sounds good. Seven on the die plus is a 14.
Okay. So you guys watch as Infernus whips around and all of a sudden shoots a ball of electric energy towards the staircase. It smashes into the side of the staircase, into the wall there, and just sizzles around.
What?
No visible effect.
Prospectus, what are
We're being watched.
What the hell are you doing?
You see his Prospectus, the shape disappearing backwards up the staircase.
I start chasing after it.
You might want to let us know before you do something like that again.
I'm following him, and I guess I'm
Okay.
prepping
Same.
a hold person spell until I see something.
Okay. So you guys run up the stairs. It's like
Just so I'm aware, my gaseous form is definitely gone, isn't it?
Yes,
It's been dispelled. Because it lasts for an hour, but...
It would, but it has been dispelled by some sort of anti-magic, whatever.
Brilliant.
Okay, you dash upwards and arrive in the floor, in the riverbed, looking around, and there's nothing to be seen. It's just dark around you, night, quiet.
Oh, hang on. I rolled a 19 on that with my bonus of
What are you rolling?
perception to see where it's gone. Would
You
I be
don't
at
see-
disadvantage?
No, you don't see anything. You run up, and it's like everything's quiet and still.
Yeah, I if I get to the top of the stairs and I lose track, I just turn around and say, "Sorry, but the element of surprise is something I needed. I couldn't let you know, because then if I let you know, all of them would know. You would know.
Understandable. It's we don't blame you.
And anyone who is watching you with invisible magic is someone who cannot be trusted. The school of illusion is that of horrible trickery."
Also, I was just wondering, do we want to explore this now? Because if so, I can.
Thing is because if we do open it, then it's going to be open all night.
Right. And we know someone else has been watching.
And we've also used up some substantial magics. We might want to come back in the morning.
I can
No.
keep the door, the outer door, closed for 8 hours.
Brilliant. Do that. Go for an 8-hour sleep and come back.
As in, we will have to stay. Well, we don't necessarily
we could
have
sleep
to stay
here.
Yes.
We could.
I can sleep
We
anywhere.
could leave and come back and bring back sleeping bags and things of that nature. I think that at this point, with someone watching us and being able to run away like that, and I can't believe I missed. The fates told me I would hit.
You still haven't told us what you saw.
It was invisible. I didn't really see it, but it came up on my detect magic. It was invisible. It seemed floaty.
Did it look like either of
human.
those two in the pub? Like they were spying on us?
I did not actually see it. I just got. I knew that it was invisible.
Fair enough.
Well, if you want, you can.
My plan right now is to look beyond the door. Divination is my bag, so I will very much like to use the clairvoyance spell and see what is beyond the door.
Very well.
Should some of us head back to the tavern and get our sleeping gear while he does that?
Before you do that, I would like everyone to go with me to the outer door. I will sit down for a minute and I say, I will ward this door and everything in a 10-foot radius
Okay.
with Leomund's tiny hut.
How big is the hut?
10-foot radius.
Radius. It's like a
A
semi.
10-foot radius hemisphere. So if I sit in the middle of the door,
Yeah.
it will block everything.
10-foot radius.
It's not diameter, it's radius.
So it's 20 feet across.
It's
yeah,
20 feet
20
across. Yes.
Yes, it would. You're right. It would block the doorway. The door is not high enough. It would-
And with us, well, 4 creatures of medium size or smaller, creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast a spell, can move through it freely. So
Yes.
you can go out, get your stuff, go back in. That is fine. Everyone that's outside can't.
Oh, so we all need to stay within it while it's being cast. And then
For the
after.
duration of the casting, yes.
Fine.
Okay, so you sit down and focus on your energies, slowly shift them outward, and around you slowly grows this kind of like this curtain that surrounds the interior, the whole doorway, plus a little bit in front.
And after a while, I breathe out. I say, well, this'll definitely hold for like a third of a day. So that's good.
No, that is very, very wise.
No, forgive me if I'm going a little too far, but I believe we should take watch tonight, as much as it may help. I don't know, so if
Understandable.
we do have visitors again overnight,
Does someone not want to cast alarm? Does any of you have that ability?
I do not.
I do not either.
No.
No. Simple things that I have also forgotten.
At least we have this. So if we do keep watch, we know who will be outside. We know
That's
who
very
will
true.
be trying to get in and can't.
Can we see out through it?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, it's like slightly opaque, but you have decent vision outside. It's kind of like looking through a slightly milky glass, but it's
Okay.
like it doesn't really prevent you from looking outside. Just see that there's something there.
Well, I'll gaseous form again and head back to the pub, and reapparate sort of in the wherever they were storing our stuff. Was it in the stables or in our rooms or?
Well, your personal belongings would be up in your rooms. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go up there and grab my stuff and head back.
Okay.
Yeah, while he's doing that, I pull out the seer card, stand in front of the doorway, and I class care the doorway to the beyond the door with all the magic on it.
Right. So the second.
Right,
door.
the second doorway.
Yeah.
And I cast clairvoyance, try to put a sensor on the other side of the door
All right. I believe that
to see what's in there.
came from behind the door. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
And you're I'm guessing you're choosing a seeing sensor.
Yeah, so I pull out the seer card, and then I pull out a glass eye, and the glass eye, I put it on the card, and then I start concentrating, and then I do a seeing sensor.
Okay.
Inside the doorway.
The sensor it appears on the other side. How you do sense there is something like pushing against your magic. There's some sort of interference, basically, but it looks like clairvoyance is strong enough to push through it. Your mystical energy is focused enough to push through it, and a sensor appears on the other side. And what you can see, however, is maybe a little disappointing. It is a corridor that is lit with a bluish shimmer of light that you're not quite sure where it's coming from. It looks like nearly like the walls themselves are shining forth. And the corridor goes for maybe about 50, 60 feet, and then seems to be opening up into a larger room.
So blue light, larger room that it opens up into.
Yeah.
But nothing else. Like what kind are still stone walls, like very similar to where I'm in currently?
Yes.
Okay. And what about the door on the other side? What does it look like on the other side?
The other side is a smooth stone with like a line in the center. However, you do see that there is small symbols on the back that are basically on the opposite side of those two energy focuses that you have seen, like one in chest height and one in head height, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Several symbols, and you get the feeling that they're basically some sort of opening mechanism. These symbols.
Some
kind of what?
Oh,
Some sort of arcane opening mechanism.
Arcane opening magic.
Could I draw the symbols in my journal as best as I can?
You can't see them, I'm afraid. You only can.
Yeah.
Vision beyond.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You can't see the scent. They're on the inside of the door, on the other side that you can't see.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes,
I didn't. That was
vision
just more my bad.
through the door, basically. So he
Yeah,
can see.
I can see them, and I'll sketch them. I'll
Yeah, you
sketch them when I'm done.
Sure, yeah.
So I am going to take an action though, and I'm going to put away the glass eye and pull out a beautiful little jeweled horn that's crusted with gems and emeralds.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it up to my ear, and I'm going to change the sensor to a hearing sensor to see if I hear anything.
Is that an extra? Is it an extra costing, or does that just work?
Oh, it just it's part of clairvoyance is you can switch between.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Switch
You're right.
between.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought both things too.
Excellent. So you can hear on the other side is quiet, mostly. However, there is something faint in the distance. Very faint. You focus on it. It takes you a few moments to realize what it is. It's heavy breath. Like a very, very even, heavy but very even breath. Like constantly even, like it sounds like some sort of large creature, basically, maybe asleep.
Okay. Yeah. So when
Down
that's
the
done,
corridor, basically.
yeah, when that's done, so I cast clairvoyance. But as a divination wizard, when I cast a 3rd level divination spell, I get another spell slot back. So I'm gonna take a 1st level spell slot back.
Of course.
And then yeah, and then I start. Yeah. And then I pull out my paper and my pen, and I start drawing those symbols. So that's my collection.
Certainly. Okay.
So, do any of you want to know what I saw?
Of course we do.
Please, no holding back this time.
I did not. I did not do. I did it to protect you all.
Yeah,
I am not.
we know. We're in this together. There's no need for the jabs.
There's a reason why I am at the top of our class. So.
Only in divination, though.
Here's what,
Sorry.
I get it. So I tell everyone. The symbols I saw on the back of the door. I tell them about the blue light and the corridor. And I start sketching out the thing. But then I say, and that is what I saw. Going to like what I heard. I heard the heavy breathing from a large creature, very faint and in the distance, but it was there. And I'm afraid that it lies dormant. So whenever we open up this door, I think we need to prepare ourselves for a fight.
Oh,
Perhaps.
Oh, wonderful. The university, the academy never sends us on anything easy, do they?
Not usually.
Well, all right.
I believe we should hold off.
Can we, based on the information that Prospectus is giving us, can we try and figure out what the symbols mean?
You should be able to, like, especially once you draw the symbols, you should be able to figure that out. It's basically a magical focus that is designed to be opened when a specific combination of magic touches it. So it's basically a keyhole. Imagine when a key enters a hole, it hits several little metal
tumblers. Yeah.
Whatever.
When you were looking at the door with your detect magic, which schools of magic did you detect? Was everything but
every single
necromancy
one?
and something else?
Every single one except divination, necromancy.
So if we all cast,
I had to open it.
we should do that tomorrow. let's go to sleep and recharge ourselves, and
If
then
that is what
do it
you
in the
want.
morning.
Hmm.
Very well.
If that is what you want. But I think, yes, I think perhaps can cast some magic, and maybe we just need those last two things to open up.
Perhaps. What should we try?
Well, I have a small divination cantrip that allows me to be very accurate. Do you have a necromancy cantrip?
Of course, I have many, but perhaps we should do this in the morning because we don't want to leave it open all night.
Oh, I agree, and whatever's in there. I wonder what old Melchior is hiding.
Something strange, something that breathes.
It's
Yeah.
very strange, and now we're in its neighborhood.
Did any of you do research on Melchior before we left?
His name is Melchior.
Melchior.
Yes.
No, I cannot confess that I did. I wasn't expecting this to be anything more than a trip with some scribes to.
So what you know about Melchior? He was a wizard lived about maybe 600 or so years ago. He's a bit of a legend, really. Not really. In that people are not 100% sure whether he actually lived. Some say he was a whole circle of wizards who worked together, not just one person.
A bit like King Arthur.
Yeah, kind of like that. He's as I said, it's not. There's hard to find any straight answers. It's a legend, basically, of this wizard who was obsessed with learning the truths at the core of all things. And his library is like, it's kind of like the maybe not quite the high level of like the Holy Grail, but it's basically considered something that's been talked about and speculated about for many years, many decades, or even centuries. That
On the level of Library of Alexandria?
Maybe not quite that big, but pretty big, yeah.
Hmm.
It's a famed place of knowledge that is supposedly been hidden away by the world, from the world by its maker.
Right. All right.
Well, should we go to sleep and revisit this in the morning?
Yeah, we'll come back to this.
All right.
Tomorrow I will.
Down here?
Yeah, in the hut.
All right.
Yeah, and tomorrow I will prepare see invisibility in case our sneaky friend comes back around.
Yes, please.
Indeed.
Okay. You rest. You lie down to sleep. It is deathly quiet down here. There's nothing to be heard at all. And obviously you are not touched by sun, nor stars, nor rain.
Hold on.
And you wake up maybe about 9 to 8 hours. That's about, just before dawn, basically. About maybe 6 o'clock-ish in the morning.
Cool. And we get the long rest in?
Yes, you had a long rest. You can regenerate hit points. Those of you who need it are spell slots as well, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, yeah. And so I prepare see invisibility in case that ever comes up.
Sure. Go for it.
All right. Well, Godfrey, do you want to give this a shot?
Give what a shot.
I cast True Strike. You cast some kind of necromancy spell, and see if that is what is needed to open the door.
Very well. I will walk up and place my hand on it and cast Chill Touch while he casts whatever he wishes to cast.
Yeah,
All right.
I point True Strike at it from about 10 feet away.
Okay. The magic shoots into the door, but nothing happens.
Perhaps all of us have to do that. If everyone does something of the
Well, hold on.
non-necromancy and non-divination.
There are 2 points. We need to hit them at the same time.
Yes.
Indeed. Apologies. Should we try that?
I think that would be a good idea. Yes.
Sure.
We should try and maybe start out with the extremes, and by extremes I mean find a combination of, well, for starters, maybe fire and ice.
Here is my the door. I don't know if I explained this. It has every kind of school of magic except for necromancy, and I'm thinking we complete the set and perhaps it opens up. If this is the entrance to Melchior's library, and he is such a great wizard, and he has at his disposal, for some reason I'm thinking that might be the solution.
Also, Alex, how much do we know about Melchior? Like, do we
Not
know
much more than what I've told you.
his race?
He was human.
He was human. Okay.
Yes.
Perhaps a simple dispel magic on the door. Maybe that would help us. Just remove all enchantments entirely, reduce it to a simple opening and closing mechanism.
I doubt it will work, but we can surely give it a try.
So from what you know, this door would be considered a magical item, basically. And dispel magic does not work on magical items.
Does it not? Okay.
Yes, I wouldn't. I don't suggest. Let's try it at the same time, and I look at the holes.
I'll place my pudgy finger into one hole.
Okay.
No. Hold on. Ready? You pick the lower hole. I pick the higher hole. You see, necromancy is below divination.
I was there first, and I put my finger into the higher hole.
Gentlemen, please.
On three, perhaps? Should we?
No, lower hole.
No, upper hole.
Oh, goodness.
Heaven and hell.
I cast Chill Touch.
Right?
Okay. Nothing happens.
It's not going to do anything.
Okay, I'm just going to keep casting it,
All right.
maintaining it, until he puts his finger in the hole.
All right.
Okay.
I will, but when we die, or that is your fault.
We're not going to die yet.
Also,
And I put my finger in the hole and cast True Strike in it.
Okay.
Also, Kevin, have you already done your portent rolls for today?
That's a good point. Give me 2 portent rolls.
Because they do. I was thinking of divination wizard as well, and you need to re-roll them every day.
Yeah, right.
At dawn, which is pretty much now.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, it's cool.
All right. What do you have?
Boom.
Okay. So you're trying out a few different combinations over the course of the next hour or so, but you come to the very soon conclusion that this is fairly powerful magic, and it's very unlikely to be overcome by such simple measures as just casting different cantrips at it. This door is clearly designed to not be opened easily, if at all. Maybe there's a trick to it, maybe it isn't. But what you are doing...
Why don't we try something different? I'll place my hand on the door and wait for him to do the same. Or something similar. Do you have something in mind? Something you think is more powerful? Do you have something that you want to cast?
I'll cast See Invisibility.
Okay.
I'll cast Vampiric Touch.
All right. Nothing happens.
Damn it.
Why don't we try?
While I have it up, I look around. Do I have a visitor? I walk outside. I take a look around.
No.
Okay.
Well, now I'm down a 3rd level spell slot.
Is there any writing on the door?
There is writing, but not as in text. There are arcane symbols, basically.
Okay.
Why don't we try?
Don't happen to be any.
A spell school that is in the door.
You've already tried different cantrips, basically, from all different schools, as I said, over the course of the door, but nothing has shown any effect.
I don't suppose anyone has the knock spell, do they?
I'm pretty sure you have pretty much all the schools somewhere, cantrip wise.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
For sure. But yeah, it's not that. It's
I think I realized the purpose of this one shot.
To get through the door.
No.
of course, man. Hey,
To
two of you
show-
are wearing
to
critical
show
hats.
The
and
rival of Vox Machina
yes,
doors.
exactly. I was just going to say, two of you are wearing all hats, and seriously expect to just walk through a door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick, take the hats off. Maybe we'll get through.
Mm,
What level is knock? I haven't prepared it, but maybe tomorrow. Where's
I look around the room for secret doors.
Spell.
Hmm.
Sorry, what was that?
I look around the room for secret doors.
Sure. Give me an investigation check. You just sort of running your hands around and pressing stuff.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
in that case, I will go for a moment.
Man.
Thanks for
Good.
the spell bot, by the
Not
way.
good. Not good at all. Investigation 10.
Okay. Nothing to be found.
I don't suppose anyone has knock, do they? Second level transmutation. Has anyone got that in their book?
Thief.
Misty step if I could step through the door, but I don't.
I've already tried gaseous.
Yes,
Cool.
I don't feel too keen about that.
Not
after your time.
recommend that.
I'll try. No. Oh, hang on.
While you are discussing, you can hear a voice coming from upstairs, sort of echoing down the stairs behind you. Going, hello? Excuse me, are you down there?
I'll go up and check who it is.
You see two men standing there. One of them is wearing some sort of like uniform that you assume must be village militia or something like that, clutching a spear, bearded, fairly tall fella. And the other one is an older man with nearly completely bald, just a little bit of hair at the back with a little bit of a beard, dressed in a fairly fine sort of golden robes, with not completely gold, of course, but like brown with a bit of gold here and there, wide like coifs. And the older man sort of pushes the younger one out of the way and says, forgive me, you are the wizards who arrived last night, are you not?
Yes,
Indeed.
yes, we are from the academy. And may I ask your name?
Of course, my name is Alvin. I am the
The
mayor.
mayor.
Oh.
Yes.
Alvin, hello.
I forgot we were
It's a pleasure
supposed
to meet you.
Yes.
I also give a greeting from the original Celestial, and give a short bow.
You look a bit confused. Nice to meet you. So I assume you have
Likewise.
come to try to open the gateway.
We have, yes.
Yes, we're a bit stuck at the moment right now.
Right. Well, we
Do you have
tried
any
everything.
information that could help us?
We tried bashing it down. We tried pulling it open. We tried burning it. We old Nikolai even tried some blessings or something on it. But we are at our wits' end. So you do not
Oh, Nikolai.
either, do you?
Tell me if you would. Are there any local legends of a place such as this? Any
I mean,
myths that have been passed from generation to generation, perhaps?
I am not very familiar with such sayings.
I see.
I know who might be able to help you, however. There is a friend of mine called Thelvo. He points down the river, or sorry, up the river, in fact, the riverbed anyway. And you can see where he's pointing is like a large watermill that's maybe about half a mile north of where you are, well outside of town. He owns the watermill. He is the only person here who is, I would consider, well read. He owns quite a few books, and I believe he has been collecting old stories for a while now. He likes these fairy tales and such. Forgive me, but a slightly weird question, maybe. You have arrived last night, yes?
Yes, we
Indeed.
That
are.
is true.
Right. So you have not been here 2 nights ago, have you?
No, we have not.
No.
I see. And your men are trustworthy, the dwarfs and the your other helpers?
As trustworthy as we are, yes.
Well, don't put it like that.
Nice. It's good to know.
And we have the trust of the Academy behind us. So yes, they are trustworthy.
Yes, of course. There's a messenger arrived a few days before you, letting you know that someone would come. So I am aware.
Has
Anyway.
something happened two nights ago?
Well, yes, I suppose it is not much of your concern, but my house has been broken into, and several objects of significant worth have been stolen, I'm afraid.
What were they, if I may ask?
Oh,
I suppose there were 2 big keys to this door.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
in fact, one of them was a key.
Great.
Why do you ask?
Well, we I think I can share this. We have found that this door has a arcane lock. We have been trying to, just as a mundane lock has a key, this door has a key of magic.
Right.
What kind of key was stolen from your chambers?
It wasn't, well, we call it the sun key. I don't suppose you have noticed the crest on the town hall.
We have, yes.
Yes, well, there is an old legend, I suppose, telling. We don't really know the details, but it's basically that the forefathers, our forefathers, well, mine and the rest of the villages, of course, were entrusted with several items of great worth by some sort of divine. Amongst them was this key that has been handed down for many generations. It has been in my family for since at least the time of my great grandfather. It honestly does not really look like a key. It is I suppose, more of a rod, golden rod.
As thick as, say, one's finger?
Maybe a slightly thicker, about maybe this
Yes.
long.
Yes, I see.
I believe we have found the key to this door,
Yes.
or one of them.
We have found the description of one.
That's very true.
And anyway, yes, that key was one of 3 objects that was stolen. The other one was a silver chalice of quite significant worth that I have been given by my late daughter's husband, called Carter. And
I believe you may wish to search these 2 gentlemen that we saw earlier, and I give him the description of the 2 people who were sort of giving us evil eyes at the pub.
the two tinkers, you mean?
Yes. And I say, I believe they may have stolen the key so that they may rob this place, and stolen the chalice to make it look like a common robbery.
I do not wish to point blame at anyone,
I do.
Understandable. But
The militia has already searched the belongings of any strangers here in the village.
as also the belongings of Antoine and Umara?
Well, yes, of course. They were quite forthcoming with it. But I do not believe they are quite wealthy themselves. They would require such trinkets.
Personal wealth and magic are separate things.
And
That
knowledge.
key is no mere material
You
wealth.
think there was magic to these objects? The chalice, the necklace, and the key?
My guess is you call this key that is missing the sun key, right?
Yes.
Since there's two holes, we're also going to be looking for some moon key as well. That will go on the lower hole.
I know nothing of a moon key. My family has held the rod for generations. As I said,
Perhaps you should talk to your friend at the mill and see what he thinks.
Who did you say gave you these objects?
Sorry?
The town that was given objects from who?
Some sort of divine being. We call it in the legends. I think he's called the seeing one, or the something along those lines.
Was this about 600 years ago?
The Thruthseer.
Maybe
Have you heard of a man named Melchior?
I mean, why? Yes, of course. This ruin is supposed to have been built by him. Is it? He was some sort of wizard.
Do you suppose that perhaps many centuries ago he gave the village one of these keys to safeguard?
That would be the first I hear of it. I don't know anything about powerful wizards coming here, but I mean, anything.
The divine beings, surely.
I was thinking more about some sort of angel or something. There is an image of this being in the temple. It has wings. I think wizards do not have wings, do they?
In certain situations and from certain schools, they very well might have.
I see.
I think we need more knowledge about Melchior, my friend.
Thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Yes.
I do apologize that these items were stolen. If we happen to find them, is it permissible for us to use these for our own investigation, with the caveat that, of course, we will bring them back safe and sound?
I suppose as long as they're not damaged. I mean, so it is a silver chalice, engraved with clasping hands and vines, and it is a golden necklace with a small ruby on it, and of course this rod. These are the
Perhaps the ruby goes in one hole and the rod goes in the other, and then they act as the keys.
No. This ruby, I suppose anything is possible, but I bought it for my late wife.
I see.
30 or so years ago. I would dearly like to have it back. It was her favorite, and
It's not only valuable monetarily.
There's no magic.
It's sentimental.
And monetarily, I believe I paid about 120 gold for it. But it has large mental value, I suppose you would call it, for me.
Understandable. We will, if we hear anything of it, we will investigate as well.
Thank you.
Yes, we will also go and visit the miller.
Yes, Thelvo. You can tell him I sent you. He can be a bit rough around the edges sometimes. Not a large. He does not like strangers much. There is a reason why his mill is so far outside of town.
It's much appreciated. Thank you.
Anyway, forgive me. I suppose I should get back to work.
So shall we.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, indeed. He walks off. The guy, the spirit man, gives you a quick nod and follows.
I do the same.
All right.
Well, shall we?
Unfortunately, friends, I had to unprepared locate objects. in order to
I was
see invisibility.
going to ask.
So we can wait till tomorrow and to go on a search. Perhaps today we just search for information. Tomorrow we
If
search
so.
for the rob.
If we are going to search for information today, I may as well cast the tiny hut once more to at least cut off
Well, I mean-
access to.
Don't we have dwarven friends that could stay here and protect
Yes.
the gate?
Yes, but
I
they
think-
may not be aware of any unseen entrance.
Well, we could just have them block the door.
That seems a bit demeaning, doesn't it?
I mean, you can close the door. The door is closable. It's a heavy stone door.
Well, okay, then close the door. And if we see something open, then they'll know someone's there.
Even
We
so,
should definitely put people on watch. That is for sure.
yes, we should have people on watch. I do believe a magical protection would also benefit us, as
It cannot possibly hurt.
there has been an invisible being that knows the location and therefore could use magic to cross a simple, mundane stone door.
And that someone who works in the shadows is not to be trusted.
Sadly, any of the spells I have are enchantment and a ritual like comprehend magic or counter spell, which wouldn't help us. It helps in the heat of the moment, but
Yes, understandable. Shall we? Will any of you go for Thar or Bastion? And our fellow companions.
Well, yeah, I say we definitely we need the information. Well, we just today we gather information.
Why don't we get the rest of our companions that have come with us, make them camp in front of this door,
and then we had
so that anyone who wishes to come has to go through them, and will likely be scared away, while we disappear off and go and do what we have to do.
I agree.
Without magical protection.
No. See, here's what we do. You, my friend, someone, I don't care. Someone go get our cadre of dwarves and scribes and what have you. Bring them back here. We cast the tiny hut with them inside it, and they keep watch over this place while we go do our thing.
Well, what do we have to do? We have to go and talk to this gentleman at the mill. We have to find these objects before we can even get in.
Right, but finding the objects is not something that.
Well, if we find, why not?
Because I do not have locate object.
No, but if we talk to this gentleman or we talk to someone in the town and they let us know where these objects are being held or who stole them or something of that kind.
Yes, because people who steal objects are just so forthcoming about where they are.
Someone may have seen them. Someone.
Man, do they really teach you nothing at the necromancy school?
Let us go get Thar and let's have this conversation on the go. We know that we're doing one thing. We're getting Thar and Bastion to guard this store. So let us
absolutely
let us go.
I will stay behind. I wouldn't cast the tiny hut just yet, but
Okay.
We'll see if I can.
Okay, so you go over to the inn. You get Thar, Bastion, and the rest of the workers and scribes, and they all grab their equipment and they head out and climb down into the dried up riverbed. And Thar walks up to the door as the rest of them are sort of setting up a small camp behind him, and he says, a bit of a shoddy work, isn't it? Wasn't made by Dwarven hand, I don't think.
It may very well not have been. or at least not as proud as you.
So what you want me to do? Or us? Looks like we don't have to do much digging.
True. So far, we have been unable to get in, as it were. Not these doors, but a set of further ones.
Want us to try break them down? And he raises like a pickaxe.
We have heard that has been tried already.
Well,
I
by
mean,
the
it's a
what we want
dwarf
to
with a
ask you-
pickaxe. It's a
I
dwarf
would
with a
just make sure
If I
that
cast,
no one else comes in here.
all right. Well, we can stop everyone who tries walking in, I suppose.
Thank you. Also, could you select up to 8 people, yourself included, that may guard this place more
Well,
specifically?
We should all be in there, and then so
Then
the dwarf and 3 other people.
yes,
So I pick three of my lads.
that would be nice. That would be good. Yes.
All right. He turns around and says, Duram, Graldo, Fairback, come over here.
I then sit down in the middle of the door again.
Yep.
And I begin weaving this curtain again.
Okay. They look at you suspiciously. Dwarves aren't the biggest fans of magic.
No
But hey.
worries. As I do this, I just, no worries. This is not dangerous to anyone. We'll just make sure that we can safely leave and enter this place.
All right. So why was I supposed to pick those 3 out?
So that, well, after the minute has passed,
Yeah.
I answer, because they are now the only ones that can enter and exit this place in the following 8 hours.
That's clever. Well, that should give us time until nearly sundown, I suppose.
Yes,
are we expecting to have another rest before we enter this place?
I suppose so.
Then
Yes, we cannot enter tonight.
I'll ask Alvin what the issue with people breaking the door down was physically.
Yeah, the mayor is no longer here. He's walked off. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Then I'll walk up to the door, place my hand on it, and bestow curse on it.
That only works on creatures, I'm afraid.
Yes, no, you're right.
Door is not a creature.
Never mind. Bollocks.
Unless it's a mimic.
Okay.
But it is not.
Unless it's a mimic of a very large door with lots of enchantments.
Yep.
Fine. I mean, we may as well just have them stand around and hit it with pickaxes all day. It may or may not work, but they have nothing better to do.
I mean, they can try, definitely.
That is, I don't want anyone getting hurt.
Right.
You saw the
Why?
the store did to you.
If they get hurt,
It
we
is
don't have to
very
pay
simple.
them.
Well, if they
If
get
they
hurt,
get hurt, we have to pay them healthcare.
Yep.
No, we
You can hit them
don't.
anyway.
No.
The only thing you need to do is make sure that no one else comes in and tries to get in here. That is
All
all.
right. That's easy enough.
Anyone comes snooping by, you let us know, okay?
Godfrey, have you never heard of Wereguild?
I have, but when it's a door that's doing the killing, I don't suppose the door is going to be paying anyone blood money.
We are still on an expedition.
So,
All right, so we'll just be sitting around on our asses then until you come back.
yes, I suppose so.
Absolutely.
You may attempt to break down the door, but
You
do be careful.
You deserve a break.
You think the door is gonna hurt us? I mean, I don't wanna be burned alive or anything.
All it
like
does is prevent
No,
magic.
Just don't.
I walk
touch
up and I
it. You don't
knock
worry
it.
about these.
I wrap it with my knuckles.
All right, nothing happens.
See? Perfectly harmless.
Right. All right, well, we'll wait for you to come back and then we'll see.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I
Thank
go
you.
outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
So wait,
I walk away.
The Yeah. So what is our first stop? Shall we go to the miller?
That seems
Yes, I believe so.
likely, yes.
To the miller.
Okay. So you walk up, you can see the watermill in the distance, and as you approach, you can hear the sound that the large mill wheel makes as the water is pressed through it. And you can see the mill is surrounded by a fence that's about maybe neck height for the a medium-sized human, so maybe about, I don't know, 5.5 feet, something like that. Height, made of sturdy wood. And as you approach, you can hear growling. And you look over the fence and you can see 4 pretty large, sort of shaggy black dogs sprawling around the inside, casting vicious glances at you and showing their teeth.
Okay.
There's
Like,
also a small
is there a
path
door that we
leading
can-
about 60 feet to the actual building.
Are the dogs unchained?
Yes, they are unchained.
Okay. I just opened the door of the, like, is there a gate in the fence?
Yeah, there is a gate, yeah.
I open the gate and step in.
As soon as you do, all 4 dogs freeze, fix their eyes on you, and start slowly approaching.
I walk without looking at them towards the, well, mill.
Give me an animal handling check.
Okay. That's 19.
19 total?
19 total.
Okay. The dogs are definitely aggressive, but they do not attack you. 2 of them sort of follow you, nearly flanking you. You can hear you can feel their breath on your skin as they're sort of walking behind you, following you. Oh.
Understandable. Yes, thank you for that.
Yes. My dog's also a role player, as you can hear.
Very nice.
So
Well timed.
yes, they are. 2 of them are following you. The other 2 are staring at the 3 of you who are standing at the open door, but they are not attacking you, and you can reach the outer door of the mill
Okay.
without any issues.
I rap on the door.
Okay. You rap the door. You can hear a voice. It's about 20, 30 seconds past. You can hear a voice coming from the inside, a fairly deep voice going, "Hey, who's out there?"
My name is Serlin of the Blade Singer School of the, what was the academy's name again specifically?
They're just called the academies,
Oh.
the arcane academies. Basically.
Okay. Of the Blade Singer School of the Academy. I have come here for information.
Wait.
The mayor-
Wait a moment. Another 20, 30 seconds pass, and then the door opens a little bit, and you can see an older man, but he's pretty massive. He's in his youth, he must have been a bear of a man. He's slightly hunched over now, but you can still see pretty massive muscles on his arms and shoulders. He has this bushy black beard with a few strands of silver inside, long hair, and he's clutching a hand axe in one hand, opening the door with the other hand, and he said, "What the fuck do I have these dogs for? How did you get through? What do you want, elf?"
My hand slowly goes to my rapier. And I say, the mayor has told us that you may know some information about the region.
Well, I've been living here, haven't I?
Yes. We've also been told that you are perhaps one of the only learned, read people in the area.
And what of it? Is that a crime or something?
Not at all. We merely wish to ask you for information.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, shit.
There's the dumpster.
Dude.
Okay. He gives you a scowl and says, "Well, I'd like to chat, really, but I'm busy now. Maybe come back tomorrow or the day after." And it just closes the door in your face.
As that happens, I want to put my hand to the door before it closes and say, "We can pay you."
He looks down onto your hand and says, You remove that, or I'll squash it.
All
If
right.
you squash it, I'll burn your house down.
Intimidation.
Interfere.
Oh dear. That's a
I'm gonna turn
9.
to the other.
A 9.
Yeah.
This is, who do you fuck you think you are, elf girl?
I have said my name.
All right.
My name is Serlin of the Bladesinger School.
I go gaseous form and go through the door.
He opens the door fully now, and he sort of stands there with clutching his hand axe, and the dogs behind you have gone deathly quiet and like gazing over your. Well, the three of you, you see both dogs are crouched down and are getting ready to jump.
Mhm.
Basically, the two dogs standing behind Serlin, and the other two are sort of still looking at you, but they also keep looking backward at their master, not quite sure what to do. He says, "You come to my property and threaten me? Is that what you've been told at the academies?"
There's no
Sir,
need to be rude.
we have permission from the mayor, Alvin. He asked us to come talk to you so we could research this ruin more. We mean no disrespect at all.
He looks over to you, sort of across the yard, basically. This one threatened to burn my house down. Is that what you say as well?
No, absolutely not.
In my defense, he didn't want to squish my hand.
Please, we merely need your aid. We heard that you have many great books that could help us learn a bit more about Melchior. If we could have access to your library, that would be
Give me a persuasion check, however, with disadvantage. He's
helpful
already
to
quite
our
hostile towards you now. Sorry? Yeah, perception check with disadvantage. Sorry, not perception. Persuasion check with disadvantage now, as he's already quite hostile towards you.
Based on this, though, I've been kind of like hanging out in the back.
Yeah.
I would like to start casting Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Thinking about.
Okay. So, what's the persuasion on Benji? Alex? Hello? Nothing? Okay. Alex, you with us? Okay. Well, Benji's gone quiet all of a sudden.
Okay.
So what was was that Infernus? You were talking about Detect Thoughts?
Yep, Detect Thoughts.
Okay. How long does that take you to cast? Just an action?
Let's see. Detect Thoughts is an action, yes.
Okay.
The casting time self. Within 30 feet of you, he is about 50 to 60 feet away from where you are standing right now, as you're standing at the gate of the the yard.
And while they're having a conversation, I'll just keep walking forward until I'm within 30 feet.
Okay, you can do that. Yes. However, be aware that the two dogs that have been standing at the gate will follow you very closely with their eyes.
Want
That's
to
fine.
step back,
Yeah.
just out of melee range of the man,
Right.
and I cast Sleep.
Okay, that works, I suppose. So you want to hit him and the dogs, or just him?
No, I like the way Sleep works. It goes starting with the creature that has lowest current hit points.
I know, but it's an area of effect. So do you want
Yeah, I
to
know.
put an area so that you hit all three of them?
I want
Or-
to hit all 4 of the dogs, basically.
That would actually, let me see how that. Can you exempt friendly creatures on that?
No.
No.
Because that would mean you would also hit Infernus.
He has more hit points, probably.
Yeah, he's making a guess. I probably have more HP.
Probably. Yes. Okay, so roll me the health for what level? Just first level spell?
I am going to cast it at a second level.
All right, so that's 7d8.
Yes. So 6. 17. 25 and 31.
31. Okay, so you want to hit. You said you want to hit pretty much everyone. So the 4 dogs, the Miller himself,
Yep.
and
We're in
Vern.
combat. Oh dang.
Well, we'll see. Okay, so sorry, you said did you say 31 or something like that?
31, yes.
Okay, all 4 dogs. Yeah, all 4 dogs slump over asleep.
Good.
The Miller.
Okay.
Yeah, Thelbo the Miller takes a step backwards. Like, what did you do to my dogs?
Okay. I'm gonna cast suggestion on him,
Okay.
and so I believe he needs to make.
Yeah, that's a wisdom saving throw. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. He fails. So what do you suggest?
I'm saying you will give us access to your library for 8 hours.
I suppose there's no harm in it. All right.
Thank you, good sir.
He steps out of the way so that the entry is free. He's like, my dogs all right?
They're just asleep.
Yes.
There's no harm for them.
Right.
They will wake up in a minute.
Let's see.
Consider it a demonstration.
The library is on the right-hand corner.
Thank you very much for your assistance in this matter.
Okay. He's sort of still kind of confused, but still kind of hostile at the same time. But he does put the axe down a bit and is just standing there, sort of staring at his dogs as you walk past him into the house and down a corridor into a small room that's basically looks like a reading room. Basically, there's 2 heavy leather chairs, a small desk, and there's 2 bookcases full of books with a few scrolls and such lying around. No, I mean really nothing special. For a farmer, sure, that's quite impressive, but I mean, you wouldn't call it a library. It's 2 bookshelves, basically.
I would like to try and find any information pertaining to either the ruins, or the town's heirlooms, basically.
Sure. Okay. That would be basically an investigation check as you're looking through the books. Anyone wants to do
21
or something similar?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
assuming
for sure.
so all 4 of you have stepped into the house yet now, yeah?
Oh yeah.
No? Oh, so you're still outside.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye in case anyone else is has noticed or anything.
Where are you standing, Godfrey?
Oh dear.
Just by the door, having a sort of a look out.
So like the door of the house or the door of the gate? Sorry, the gate of the fence.
The house. The house.
Okay. Right.
I'm also looking for books.
Are you also?
What do I roll?
I didn't catch that. What did you say?
What do I roll?
What did you say? I didn't catch what you were saying.
I was trying to read through books with Sovereign.
Right. That was the investigation check then.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to read books too, but only got a 9.
Oh, well, I got a natural 20 on books, on investigation.
Okay. Excellent. So you take about an hour looking through these books, and I mean, some of it is just like the general notes on the mill itself. You realize that flicking through it real quick, this Thelbo, this Miller, seems to have quite an extensive network of business contacts, and he's quite wealthy for a farmer. Anyway, discarding this, looking around, you do find several scrolls written in what you assume would be the miller's own hand. Surprisingly fine writing for a man of his size and bulk and demeanor. And he does keep collecting different types of. Sorry, I'll just read you real quick, so we don't hear you typing all the time. There we go. Where was I? Oh yeah, you find scrolls writing down different legends and stories and such of this area. Seems like a pet project of the Miller Thelbo. And you do find mentions of several heirlooms, well, two really, the Sun Key and the Moon Key, that have been given to the town by an entity called the Guardian, or the Seeing One, also known as the One-Eyed. These keys have been handed to the forefathers of the town that was once called, now called Melek Fields, but in the writings of Thelbo, it seems like the town had a different name before that, and he thinks that the town was called Melek Fields before, and that it was named after a wizard who was residing here a long time ago.
I see.
Anyway, and this guardian was some sort of ally of the wizard, basically. Who has received these keys from the wizard and then given them over for safekeeping to the elders of the community when the village itself was founded. It has also helped the elders to find the best fields and figure out the best way to harvest what fruits to bring down, and made the town relatively wealthy in exchange for basically the garden, in exchange for the people of the town guarding the two keys. Now there is indications in the writing that the Miller thinks that the keys were supposed to be held secret, that they are not supposed to be presented, they're not supposed to be talked about, but it looks like eventually it came out, so to speak, and the Sun Key was held out in the open and was passed down by one of the richest family, the family of now the mayor Alvin, who had held multiple titles of mayor in the area over the course of the last 200 years or so. There's a bit of genealogy and stuff that he was being quite meticulous. He's clearly put quite a lot of work in there. And he himself is also, like his family, the Miller's family, Thelbo's family, is also a direct descendant from one of the founding fathers. And you do get the feeling in the writing that Thelbo is a little bitter towards Alvin and his family for some reason. It's never specifically stated anywhere. And the mayor did say that he considers Thelbo a friend, but there's something a little off, like you're not.
So I rolled a natural 20 on mine. If you check roll 20,
on what?
To check alongside what he's doing in case there was anything I could learn about the other key, where that could be.
Outside the gate?
Yes, but while that was happening, I decided to wander in.
Well, sorry. Generally, just for your information, you don't roll anything unless I tell you to roll stuff.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, some other game masters might do it differently, but generally...
I didn't want to interrupt what you were talking about, that's all.
The players... So you just tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what you roll.
Sure.
All right? Okay, great. Sorry, where were we? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what you figure from the... there is several mentions of a secret ruin somewhere underground around the village, but there's no specific saying what the ruin is nor where it is. It looks like Thelbo wasn't able to figure it out.
I look at one of my compatriots that is inside, possibly Prospectus, and I send him a message.
No, you're alone in the room. So
I'm the only one in the room.
No. The four of you are alone in the room.
Okay. In that case, that case, I still sent the message. And I say to Prospectus, I don't mean to keep this a secret from the others, but perhaps someone may be listening in. I believe that Thelvo has the moon key.
I nod.
And I send the same message to the others as well.
Okay. So you send out like 3 individual messages to each with the same name, with the same content to each.
Same content. No subterfuge or anything, save for just not wanting anyone else to hear.
Yeah.
I turn to
Can I start?
Would you?
Sorry, go ahead.
Would you care for a distraction?
I do not.
I turn to Sovereign and I just say, "Would you care for a distraction? Like, you want me to distract?"
No, we should not.
What I would like is for you to talk about the sun key and the moon key, and then I will get thoughts on him and read his mind about its location.
I don't know if I should be the one that
But
talks to him.
if we're going to search his house, we need to do it now, because once this 8 hours is up, he's going to know that I charmed him.
Yes. We do have plenty of time for that. We've only been here for an hour, I think.
Yeah, about an hour. Yeah.
I can believe, but if we're going to search something,
I understand. We should do this, but I should not be the one that talks to him.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
I
agree.
I was hoping I was hoping perhaps Benji would help me with that.
that's what I was offering.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very well.
While you 3 search the house.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go talk. I'm sorry, what's the miller's name again?
The miller's name is Thelvo.
Thelvo. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Thelvo, see if he knows any information that we may not know about Melchior.
Okay.
Wait, you think?
Because I turned him away from like the hallway.
Yeah, he's sitting in like a living room area on behind the desk, and as you walk in, he looks up at you, and he's at the moment he's sharpening a very big knife with like a whetstone, just, and he gives you like a pretty nasty look. What do you want?
So let me tell you, there's wonderful things about those keys, but there's not much about Melchior. Is there anything that you may know specifically about that man?
He was an old wizard. That's all I know.
Really? Your books and notes and your readings say otherwise. And also about the mayor, really. Are you two in good terms? Because he seemed very friendly and...
I suppose he's all right.
So I kind of want to sneak while they're having this conversation and get the detect thoughts on him.
Okay. Yeah, he seems, well, firstly charmed, but he's definitely hostile towards you. You get the feeling that he is not someone who wants to speak to strangers, and you get the feeling that he's someone who has something to hide. There's something in the back of his brain, a part that is basically a secret that he's keeping for sure. That is false, and he's definitely like wants you to get out of his house as quickly as possible, basically.
I will take the action, and I am going to make him make the wisdom saving throw. I'm going to go deeper.
That is a natural 19. So he
succeeds, the spell ends, and the target knows that I was probing into his mind.
He starts shaking his head. What? And he looks over at you and says, What are you doing? Get out of my head! And he jumps up and draws his hand axe once more, like holding this knife in one hand, hand axe in the other.
I'm sorry, friend.
Who the fuck do you think you are coming into my house? I even gave you access to my library. And now this?
Do I hear this outside?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, he's shouting like you can hear it in the whole house.
Okay. I would walk back in.
Dog starting to bark outside again. as they hear the aggression in their master's voice.
Calm down. It is okay. It's just that I know that you're hiding something, and all I want to do is help you.
You help me? Gone into my head with your magic, and that's supposed to help me?
Yes, because I'm afraid that you're not willing to face the truth. That the knowledge that you have, it hurts you in some way. But let me ease that burden for you. Tell me everything, please.
I'll send a message to everyone saying, if we kill him, I can raise him from the dead and ask him then.
Oh, well, stop.
He
You
gives you a
come
very
here to kill innocent people.
give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Absolutely. Make sure I roll a d20.
Your portents?
My portents are terrible.
Depends
So
which-
persuasion. So yeah, I am going to use no, because then I might end up with that. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Yes. What my portent was? What my highest one was an 8.
Yes.
Which would be great if you make someone else roll that one.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I'm not going to use it myself. All right. Here we go. Disadvantage. 9 plus 2. Or 9 plus 1 is a 10. So I got up to 10.
Yeah. This.
Or
Get out of
plus
my
2, 11. Sorry.
Get out of my house now, all of you.
I send a message saying the offer still stands.
I sent back, no, please.
He has
Please,
nothing.
It's got to be.
We have nothing to gain from him not telling us anything.
True.
Simply let me speak with him.
Dead.
I step into the room with the others.
Yep.
I say, sir, we have come here for information. The information that we seek, you have. We understand that you do not want to give it willingly. I fear that we can get the information we want when you're dead, or when you're willing to tell it alive. I fear the choice is yours.
Intimidation check.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Natural
I just let
20.
my eyes will just turn black.
It is
Oh,
a
lovely.
natural 20.
All right. He stares at you, and you focus his gaze on his gaze on your gaze, and a few seconds nothing happens, and his eyes go wider and wider. He starts looking around as he just realized that there's a bunch of wizards standing next to him, basically, and he starts backing away, sort of drops the knife to the floor, holds one hand out, shaking hand. Don't kill me.
I'll heat metal on the axe.
I
So he
did.
has to.
I you just backing away further and further, pressing himself against the wall of the living room.
Just
Again,
tell us.
Sir, we do not wish to hurt you. We just need the information. We need to know the location of the sun and the moon key.
I don't know where the sun key is. It was stolen, wasn't it?
Yes.
So where is the moon key?
Damn you. Damn you to hell. Drops the axe. It's here. It's in the basement.
Thank you for your cooperation. And I go to
It will be returned.
He turns around and sort of says, "May I hope the guardian kills you all," and just runs off outside.
I'll hold person him.
No.
I don't want him running away. I hold
Guardian.
person him. We can't have him warning people.
Okay. Yeah, he fails as he's running out, like opening the living room door to get into the front hallway, and he's like,
I say, Fred, I'll walk up to him as I raise my hand and cast Chill Touch so that I get frost over my hand, and just I don't want to hurt him, but I just place it on his shoulder. I just go, friend, if you run, things will get much, much worse. And then just walk away again.
Let's stay here for a couple of days.
I'm sitting back in the library. I'm just done.
Knowing that the moon key is in the basement, I get advantage on investigation, perhaps.
Well, so you look for the basement. You find a staircase leading down. Sadly, the basement is pretty big. There's many sacks of grain and boxes and small barrels of water and drink and such.
Mm-hmm.
The basement is about maybe a room, maybe about 35, 40 feet long and about maybe 25 feet wide, and it's stacked full of stuff. So it's big, pretty big room. But you can it might take you a while, but you can search it if you want.
Yes, please.
All right, give me an
Hold person only lasts for a minute. Is there any rope or something we could use to?
He's not resisting. He's too intimidated.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get a 16 on that.
16. All right. It takes you about 20 minutes to half an hour looking through while the rest is tying up the miller. Looking through, and then you find a crate that is like on the ground, a fairly heavy-looking crate that has left behind slight skin marks on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you look down and you realize this crate must have been moved a couple times. You push with all your strength and slowly it slides to the side. And underneath the crate, there's a small hole basically in the ground, dug into the earth and ground of the basement. And from that hole, you lift out a small wooden chest, quite old looking, but still fairly well preserved, with a very simple lock, like a small padlock. It's about maybe this size.
So, I'm just going to take it.
Yep. With you easily.
So I go back up.
Yep.
I ask if any one of my companions has a way with locks.
No, but where is the key to this box, Miller?
It's around my neck.
I retrieve the key. And
there's basically a small leather string and with a single key around his neck.
I carefully untie the string. I unlock the small chest.
Yeah. Okay.
And
as you open it up, you see there is inside. It's mostly empty. There's like scrounged up, like what do you call it? Like the stuff that bags are made out, like old bags are made out of.
Mm-hmm.
What's it?
Ute.
Ute, yes, exactly. So like a ute bag that's scrounged up, and in that is a rod, basically about maybe this long, made of like some sort of blackish metal with very fine, small engravings on it, some sort of arcane symbols.
Okay. I put it back into the small satchel.
Yeah.
I dig out of my own coin purse 1 platinum piece.
Okay.
I put it down on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that you've tied up Miller up somewhere in his living room or something.
Yeah.
Well, wherever he was stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look over at the Miller. I say, please understand, we mean you no harm, but we are on a mission and we need to fulfill this. We will bring this back when we have finished our purposes. We apologize for any inconvenience. You will no doubt never see us again after this. Farewell. And
He's just looking at the ground and trying to ignore you as best he can.
I walk out.
I'm out of the house. Get me out of here.
So you leave him behind, tied to a chair?
For now, yeah.
Okay. The dog's outside, still a bit groggy.
Well, the dogs
Actually,
would have
no,
woken up.
no, before I leave, no, I'm gonna cut him loose.
Okay.
Okay.
Stands up, so rubbing his hands. But then
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This was not what we intended.
he just shakes his head and walks it, like retreats in one of the back.
I leave.
All right. So you leave the mill. The dogs pose no problem. They eye you suspiciously, but they are still a little drowsy from the sleep spell, and they do not cause any harm. You get the feeling that these dogs are more trained to intimidate people than really like attack or kill.
Yeah.
Just a question.
Yes.
Feigned death is for a willing creature.
Yes.
Would it be possible to do to an unwilling creature if they had a wisdom save?
No.
Okay.
The spell set has to specifically state a save.
Yeah, I was just asking because of the whole rule about GM's discretion and all of that. But
No, that would be way too strong if it was for an unwilling creature.
So,
Anyway.
having the moon key,
Sun key.
we still need a sun key. Also,
But luckily, now that we have it, when I have located the object, even though I have not seen the sun key, I can locate another object like. So I hopefully walking around town will be able to find it.
Also, out of character for a moment, it is getting somewhat late. I'm not entirely certain how long you want to go on with this, Alex.
Well, ideally until it's finished, which may take anything between an hour and an hour and a half.
I see.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
We could
early.
go to the mayor's house and investigate the break-in.
True.
I'm good for
There.
now. We'll
Okay,
see.
I'll see
as
how
time
long
goes
it
on.
can take. Yeah.
I guess just let us know if you need to go, really, and then we can call it an end.
Yeah, if you need to go, I mean that's fine. We still have 3 people, so we can finish the adventure. Next couple of weeks are pretty busy, so I can't really continue this another time.
I understand. No worries. I'll probably be able to stay for half an hour more.
Okay, sure. Okay, so
And I nod at Prospectus. I say, investigating the break-in may very well be our first step after this.
it's now about noon-ish, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You have obviously quite a bit of time left if you want to do something within that day.
Yeah.
Nightfall.
Yeah, I think we head to the mayor's place and ask him if we can look around.
Sure. I mean, he shows you to his office. His house is one of the houses that are on the square, up not far from the tavern itself. And he shows you there is a window on the top floor, and that window was opened as he came in the morning. The window was open, and the 3 items were gone. He shows you where he had the items. They were on the rod and the chalice were both on like display basically on this little table that he's had set up. It's basically his sort of his study where he also invites guests to show off. He was and the amulet, the golden chain with a little ruby, was actually in a drawer on his desk that was locked, but that was also unlocked when he checked everything. So he thinks that a thief must have climbed through the window, and ran like this, disappeared through the window once.
Yeah, so I look around for any clues, any footprints left behind.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah, sure.
May I also try and investigate?
Certainly. Or you can give him advantage.
Well, I go with 21.
Okay.
16.
Both looking around. There are no obvious footprints or anything like that left behind. Looking at the table and the window itself, you see small, like a tiny bit of damage on both. You assume someone has used some thieves' tools or something to open up both the window and the lock on the desk itself, the door. That's all you can really discern.
Do you have a problem with thieves in town?
No, I mean, sure, sometimes things get stolen, but no such thing as this. We had a problem with some cattle thieves a couple of years back, but that was the worst thing.
And anyone this display area recently?
I mean, many people. I have many visitors. I mean, this is my office basically as the mayor. I meet with many people here.
But no one recently who showed a particular interest, perhaps, in the key.
Not that I know, no. Pretty much everyone in the village has seen it. It's been here for 20 years or so.
No, I'm gonna suggest. I suggest we wait a night. We have Perspectives prepare a locate object spell because, frankly, that is our only lead right now.
Yes, I agree. I just don't know where to start looking. It only lasts for 10 minutes. I can do it, but I just don't know.
Alex, do you mind rejoining? Your sound is getting worse and worse. The sound quality, it's hard to understand you. Maybe just dropping out of the Google Hangout and coming back in might help.
Yep.
Right, thanks.
So what's the plan?
I think
Taking another day and locating object might be the most useful, the most...
yes, I think so. Perhaps in the tavern.
Yes.
Perhaps we should have a talk with those two gents, see what they know.
The merchants.
And perhaps we can let someone who is a little bit more skilled with their words take the lead now.
I feel like we should have Prospectus ride on a horse around the perimeter, cast locate object as many times as he may need until we get something. Because that's our only lead.
How far away can you detect things?
I think it's 1,000 feet.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's 1,000
feet.
I mean, it's going to be interesting though, because I know like Moonkey I'm good with, Sunkey not so much, but I can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, so I can say a rod, and then hopefully I ping and find a rod eventually. So yeah, it's 1,000 feet. And it lasts for 10 minutes.
How large does this town seem? Does it seem like it's larger than 1,000 feet?
Well, it depends on what you consider the town itself. There's basically a circle of houses around the central square, and then there's a lot of farms stretched out quite a few miles around the town.
Yeah, I think I just start going around town on the donkey.
Do you not want to take a horse and sort of go a bit faster and cover more ground? Because you only have 10
10
minutes.
minutes.
Ugh. They're so high. But okay, I will do it for the party and for knowledge.
Okay, so what you want? You don't have the spell prepared right now, yeah?
No. So I think unless there's anything else anyone can think of, I say we rest and then come back and do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
I would like to check with Far and Bastion.
No one has tried entering, as far as they know. Everything seems quiet. A couple of farmers have been by, talked to them, but no one's tried entering.
Let's have a sleep then.
So I say we go to sleep tonight.
Okay. Sure. So you just camp out with your guys in the river? In the riverbed?
Yeah, I mean, unless you can cast the Leomans again.
I thought we already paid for rooms, didn't we, for the
Yeah.
thing a night ago? We may as well use those.
You can.
I need to talk to a man about a rat anyway.
You and your pets.
I like to call them portable living healing potions.
I don't want to know.
Anyway, are we heading back to the tavern, or are we?
Yes.
So where do you guys want to rest? You want to rest in the tavern?
I think
I'm going to the tavern.
Yeah,
I think
sure, tavern works.
meditation on a pillow would be nice.
All right. So you
Tavern sounds good.
You spend the evening in the tavern. You have a nice large dinner once more, and you go to sleep early. You can wake up.
Did that man ever catch a rat?
They
by the
did.
way?
One of the village boys actually managed to catch one rat, one living.
Brilliant. One rat. That's 6 hit points if we need it.
Not as easy to find living rats, or like to catch living rats, but they managed
Yeah.
to catch one.
Fair enough.
Actually head down to Far and Bastion in the stables, I think. Now.
Yeah.
And I asked them if they, perchance, have any emergency healing potion.
No, we don't have anything like that.
Was worth a shot. No worries. Thank you again for.
We do have a healer's kit around in case someone gets hurt, but nothing much.
Fair enough. Again, for Bastion, thank you for keeping watch on the doors.
Of course, Master. Do you wish any of the of us to keep watch during the night?
If it's not too much trouble, that would be much appreciated.
I mean, and Bastion leads in and says, I suppose the dwarves would be better suited for this. I'm an old man, and
I understand. I do not wish to force you to do this. No. If there are sturdier men, if there are sturdier dwarves, then yes, let them.
Thrar rolls his eyes and says, "All right, I suppose we can see in the dark better than you humans anyway."
Much
All right.
appreciated. And let me say, there will be a good pint of mead after all this is done.
All right, I'll take you up on that for sure. And he grabs 2 of his dwarfs and they head out down to the wood. Yeah.
And I mean that for all 3 of you.
All right. Okay, so you rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I wake up in the morning,
You wake up in the morning to some dark clouds in the sky and some pretty significant rain.
Lovely. My favourite weather.
It's not a thunderstorm by any means, but it is quite definitely significant rainfall.
Okay. So
so I re-prepare my spells for the day. I pick up locate object.
Yeah.
And I cast it at first in the tavern, and I'm thinking about rods.
Okay. I believe you find one rod on Serlin.
You got me.
Yep.
Actually, sorry, two
Say,
rods. Who has the moon rod? So you would find
I
two
do.
rods technically on him or her. Sorry.
and I say, Sterling, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Could you get like very far away? Head to the.
I thought we were.
Why don't we head to the doors and wait there while you ride
we'll
around
head
it?
to the doors.
I look very distraught
Investigate.
and sad, but then I wink and I say, "We will be off to the doors. Take care."
We may as well test the moon rod anyway, or the sun rod, or whichever one it is we've got.
We have the moon rod.
The moon rod. We may as well test it in the door.
I don't think it'll do much without the sun key.
No, but there's always a chance, I suppose.
Go! I don't have much time.
Yes, I will. All right.
Okay, so you leave him behind in the inn. Yeah?
At least I will go. Yeah.
I can gaseous form myself and Selwyn, or Selin, and we can just head over there.
I mean,
Quickly
you
get out of the way.
walk if you want, but gaseous form is faster, is it? I don't think so, actually.
Isn't it?
Don't
Just
All that fast.
it just.
All right, well, then I shan't,
actually
and I
really
should save
slow.
my third level spell slot.
Okay. Walk over. You stand in the ruin, and the magic does not find any rod. In the inn, I mean, sorry.
So yeah, I go down to the stable. I get on a horse.
Yep.
I start going around all of the. I just start making circles, going down alleyways, recasting it
Okay.
in the town.
Give me a roll me a d20.
Yeah, sure. 9. Man, a lot of 9s today.
9. Okay. You spend the 10. I think it's a 10-minute duration. Yeah, on locate object. Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing shows up.
Yep. So I do it again.
Okay. Roll me another d20.
All the main houses,
Yeah.
anything like that. 5.
Okay. Riding around a bit more, as you are on the outskirts of the town already, you do actually sense all of a sudden there's like a ping, a sign. Your arcane senses are tingling and leading you in a direction to the right of you.
I start heading that direction.
Okay. You can pinpoint it within the next couple minutes to one of the outlying farmhouses. Okay. Medium-sized farmhouse with a barn on one side and like a other side. A fence around it. It is fairly quiet from what you can tell. You do see, however, there's two men sitting under the side of a roof, protected from the rain, and one of them is holding a crossbow, and the other one has a short sword at his side, and they're smoking pipes. They're sort of looking over to you as you approach. But that's
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
okay.
I'm trying to think. Do I just go for it?
You might as well let us know.
I can't. I don't really have any way of doing that
Yeah.
I don't have
other than
message.
leaving. But if I,
Running.
yeah, they see me. Yeah. Sorry. I think I'm lost. Do you know how to? Hello.
They look at each other.
Hello.
One of the guys, the one with the short sword, stands up. You can see he's wearing like a studded leather armor. A thin, fairly tall human guy, with sort of a mop of brownish hair. He says, "What do you want?"
I just think I'm lost. My friends, they said that there was a some kind of tomb or door that was open lately. I came from out of town, from the Academies. I just don't know where I'm going. Could you point me in the right direction?
They exchange a look, and the guy says, It's over that way by the river.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
He nods.
And then I head that direction, so because it makes sense for me to.
Okay, yeah. A couple minutes later, you have trudging through the mud on the fields. You have reached the area. Now the descent into the riverbed is a little tricky now. Still not that very difficult, but it's quite muddy. This horse sort of slides down more than it really walks down.
I say, look, I think I have found it. They are armed. I don't really want to kill anyone, but to be honest, if we need to, I'm totally willing.
I pull out my rapier and I say, do we want to go this in a manner of stealth, or do we want to go head on?
They were very helpful. Perhaps I can use them to my advantage so that you can get in position to surprise them.
We can always walk up and ask them some questions, then attack them while they're not expecting it, while they're all still there, as opposed to some of them maybe inside the house or
they
hiding
are
or something.
thieves. They are thieves, right? We know that they're stolen. So,
Yes,
and they're armed. So
perhaps we could use that as our defense.
yes,
All right then.
anything for knowledge, right?
Anything for knowledge.
Good. We are in agreement. Let us go.
So all four of you go?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you walk down or ride, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ride on my horse.
Yep. So you take your horses and you ride over to their farm.
Okay.
Just so I'm aware, when I bestow curse on someone, are they aware of it?
Let me see what it says.
It's in the Discord chat.
Yeah.
So she's got my fingers all right. Check.
The curse.
I don't think it said that they were, but
They would be. It's a pretty strong effect. But they would be aware that you did. I mean, they wouldn't know what specifically it is you did, but they would know that you there's some.
oh yeah, they have to succeed a wisdom saving throw, so presumably they'd be struggling against something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Good to know.
Yeah, as we approach, I'm on my horse. I'll go up a little ahead. And are they still out there?
Yeah, the same two guys. I mean, it's only been like 15 minutes or so since you've been here last time.
Yeah.
And they stand up. They come over. Like one of them puts a hat on his head and walks over to the fence where as you were approaching. The same guy again that talked to me last time. So puts one hand on his short swords. You again?
Yeah. Yes. I could not. I went over that way. I could not find it. Perhaps I can pay you. Perhaps you can show me the way. I'm just not familiar with the area, and slickness. I just haven't seen everything.
So
I get off my horse and
Yeah.
stretch out a hand in friendship to shake his hand.
he looks down on it. Doesn't make any attempt to take your hand.
Are the people standing together or are they apart?
No, one guy is standing at the fence where you are, like opposite you on the other side of the fence. The other one's maybe about 20 feet away, sitting on a bench in the side of the building, protected from the rain by the overhanging roof.
Okay.
He goes, "Sorry, can't show you the way. It's just that way. I mean, can't walk away. You're supposed to guide a house."
Oh,
The house just
but the house. That sounds like a fun story. What is that all about?
What? Well, there's thieves afoot, you know. There's been a break-in in the mayor's office, and we've been hired to.
I see. Yes, we have heard this story. It's just that
Oh.
you seem to be the only farm that is guarded.
I don't know. Take it up with Mr. Sumara.
Who?
Sure.
Tomorrow. Oh,
Is he inside? Could we have a word with him?
She's inside. Yes.
Would he be perhaps willing to let one of you come and accompany us to this tomb or whatever it is we've been interested in finding?
Hired to stand here and watch over the farm. We haven't been hired as like, I don't even know, show people the sights. Yeah.
But surely we could go and we could recompense the person that has hired you. We could give him some gold perhaps, and then he wouldn't mind letting us. I think if we just went and had a word with him, that would be okay.
You're thinking of Antoine. We're talking about Amara.
Is there not? I'm slightly confused.
Antoine, the man. Amara, the woman.
I mean, if you want to talk to the mistress, sure, be
Yes.
my guest.
Brilliant.
I would like that very much.
All right, sure. He steps up and he opens the fence door, so you can walk like right through. The other guy steps up with his crossbow in hand, and he ties your 3 horses to the side of the house, where they are a bit protected from rain.
Thank you. That's very kind.
I'll send a message saying, asking who wants to stay here and deal with these two while 2 of us go in and deal with the others.
I send it back that I can do that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I would like to go in.
Okay. So I'll just say, because for some reason Alex is gone, I'll just say that Benji has remained at the ruin.
Okay.
Okay, so
It makes sense actually.
Godfrey and Infernus, you guys go into the house, and the guy with the crossbow stays outside, is sitting there watching the horses.
Wait a minute. There's now only one guard outside?
Yes, watching Sterling and watching the horses. The guy with the crossbow and the hat, he takes the hat off and he leads you into the farmhouse. And you can see inside is very bare furnishings. It looks like the house has been newly furnished, but it's only just started. Most of the rooms are half empty. You can hear voices from one of the rooms, and you walk past, you see 4 other guys, all are like armed and wearing studded leather, sitting at basically a lunch table. It's now just after noon or so. They look up and then turn back to their meals. And then he leads you to a door, and he looks at 2 of you up and down. Does any of you have any like obvious weapons other than a dagger?
I have a short sword.
Okay, he says, "Can I hold that for a second?"
Of course. And I'll hand it to him.
He takes the short sword and sort of leans it against the wall at the side. All right, come on. And basically leads you into the house, into the room. And it's like a small waiting room area with a few like chairs. He bids you sit, and he knocks on the door. "Mistress, you have visitors," and disappears inside, closing the door. You wait for maybe about 30 seconds or so, then he comes back and says, "Mr. Sumara is happy to receive you now, please."
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
And he sort of steps in the room with you, like holding his hat in one hand against his chest. He leans against the wall behind you, and you can see it's this room is better furnished. There's a fairly nice table, a couch, a bed in the back, and Mr. Sumara, this red-haired woman in her maybe late 30s, early 40s, sitting there. She's slightly chubby. Is wearing sort of a fairly fine leather cloak with like vines around the chest and sort of shoulder area, and she looks up and down as you come in, and she gives you a bit of a smile and a nod and says, "Ah, you must be the wizards all the way from the capital, yes?"
Yes,
Indeed.
I am. Indeed, I am the Prospectus Infernus Montague. I serve at the lady's pleasure.
Please take a seat. Can I offer you any
Call me
wine?
Godfrey.
Wine or juice?
Sure, red if you
One
want.
would be nice.
Yes, I only drink red. She stands up, goes to a small cupboard, opens it up, takes out a bottle and 3 glasses, and pours a bit of wine into each, puts 2 in front of you. Puts the bottle away. Well then,
I appreciate your hospitality.
Yes, of course. To hospitality. And she finishes her glass.
I'll
Yeah,
send
right.
a message to the prospectus asking what the plan is here, whether we straight out attack them or we lure some away, kill them, and then come back and kill the rest.
So,
Can I respond to the message?
I mean,
Yes.
sure, it's a short message, so it's not like you can't. And also, it's whispering, so if she sees ahead of you, straight, like she can see that you're whispering.
Then I won't.
the
I
side of
won't
it.
do that.
It's
I
not
won't
like
do that.
telepathy. It's
Yeah, I
just
wouldn't.
more whisper that's carried over to someone else's ear.
Yeah, I just go. So, my lady.
Oh, I'm not a noble lady.
Oh.
Businesswoman. Tell me, what can I help you with?
Yes,
I have been setting up some stores. If you need any provisions or ropes or lantern oil or I don't know.
Oh, I'm going to need all those things when I am excavating that library there.
Yes. The ruin holds untold treasures, I'm told. But you see, I personally prefer not to. I'm pretty sure it could be quite dangerous down there, so I personally prefer not to deal with these things directly. However, I am quite happy to sell equipment to those people who are brave enough to deal with them directly.
Oh, that is. Have you been there? Have you checked out the door that enters it?
I've seen it from the outside. I haven't been down there, no.
Mm-hmm.
So, what sort of equipment do you have? Do you have, torches, ropes, rods, or anything of that sort?
I have torches. I have ropes. What kind?
When he says rods, can I read her?
Give me an empathy.
Yeah, can I make an insight check?
Insight. Yeah, sorry, that's the skill name in D&D.
Mm-hmm. 12.
That was a 17.
Oh, this is a new day, isn't it?
It is a new day. You're right. You need to roll 2 new portraits.
Oh yeah.
I do.
Godfrey, as you're watching her and say rods, there is a flicker in her eyes briefly as her eyes focus on you for a moment and then look away.
Okay.
She's definitely showing some sort of sign of realization or something.
Umara, is that it?
Yes.
I was thinking perhaps a rod of immovability to hold the doors open. Do you have anything of that sort?
Oh, I'm afraid I do not have any magical items. That's beyond my meager means of acquiring.
Well, I think that's all we're here for, and I'll stand up and reach my hand out and go, well, thank you very much for entertaining. Wait for her to shake my hand.
She hesitates for a moment and sure, she reaches out.
And at that moment, I will cast Vampiric Touch.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Go for it.
It's
So-
3d6 necrotic damage, and I can redo it for free every turn as an action.
Yes. So you have to make a melee spell attack because you are surprising her. I will give you advantage on the attack.
Oh, that went from a 20 to a 2. And the second one, from an 18 to a 4. So with my wisdom modifier, intelligence modifier, that I've got an intelligence of 18, which means my modifier is 4, if I think that's correct. So that's a whopping 8.
Oh, what with advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 2 and a 4.
Okay, so as you you mumble the words of the invocation and go for her hand as the shadows around your hand grow. Her eyes go wide and she leaps backwards and she sort of slashes through the air in front of her.
So before this happens, as this happens, I want to know if there's any commotion from inside the house.
Not at the moment, no.
But if there is,
Yes.
I want to stab the guard twice.
Okay, sure. That's fine. In fact, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Hear anything of this?
I
Perception.
think you shocked Prospectus more than you shocked her.
6.
What was it?
6.
6. Okay. It's
I've
very
been
quiet.
rolling.
The rain
I rolled-
is just swallowing up all the sounds. Okay, well, we are now in combat, and in fact, Godfrey, you are up again because you have the highest initiative.
Lovely.
So you have missed her. She stumbled backwards, and she's like, ah, basically. And the guard behind you is putting a hand on his short sword. It is still again your turn. What do you wish to do?
I leap forward and place my hands around her neck, and
Okay.
for
That
free,
Um,
I do vampiric touch again
Yep, go for it.
without advantage.
Yeah, no, with advantage this time. She is prepared now. Just straight up attack.
If you miss the attack,
Oh, natural 1.
Okay, you reach forward, but you stumble over the table and sort of hit the table with your stomach, like lying across the table, basically. Like, reaching
the
forward,
most
but she's just out of
pathetic
his left
necromancer.
backwards.
Okay, and I have a bonus action,
Yes, you do.
with which can I cast a cantrip,
Yes, you can.
or second level or lower. Which one?
You can cast whatever you want. You Vampiric Touch. You cast Vampiric Touch last turn.
Oh, that's true. So that was 3.
right?
So that's my action. How about is she holding a weapon, or has she got armor on that has metal?
No, she does not.
Okay, then I shall cast hold person.
That is an action, not a bonus action. Or a use to.
Okay, fine. Then it would just be
And it's concentration.
chill touch.
That's also pretty. I'm
So-
pretty sure that's an action. It's very few things that are actually a bonus action.
Yeah.
Or a wizard, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What bonus? I'll just that'll be it. That'll be all I
Misty
do.
Step? Yeah, Misty Step would pretty much be the only bonus
Yeah.
action I can think of that wizards have.
Oh, I know what I could do. Flame blade. What about that?
that you can do, yes. Although that's
I'll
also
do-
concentration, isn't it?
No, because I think you need to take it as part of a melee attack action, don't you?
Green Flame Blade as part of it.
No, it's Flame Blade.
Oh,
Flame Blade's a different action. Although are you sure you can have Flame Blade? That's a druid spell, not a wizard spell.
Is it?
It probably is, yeah.
That's like summoning a blade, but it's
Yeah,
also
okay.
concentration.
No, that's fine. That's it. That's all I do.
Okay. Well, it is now Umara's turn, and she will shout, "Get everyone in here!" And then she will stretch out her hands, and there is a burst of kaleidoscopic little flames shooting out of her hand,
Oh no.
striking both of you.
Hmm.
Both of you give me, I believe it is a dexterity saving throw.
As a reaction, I am going to cast Absorb Elements.
Oh, now I roll a 19.
This is not an attack. She's casting Fairy Fire.
Oh,
I got 21.
I misunderstood you. Never mind, then I don't do that.
21 is a success.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, 3.
Okay, so now Infernus is surrounded by many small flickering illusionary flames that are outlining his form very well.
Oh, very fun.
And she will move a little further backwards, keeping the chair, the desk in between you and her, and she will draw a sort of a long dagger
Okay.
with her other hand. And that will be her turn. We have.
Did she move out of melee range? Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You do actually, yes.
So I'm assuming I can only punch her. I can't attack her again with vampiric touch.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I think no, I think you need an action specifically to attack with vampiric touch.
Right.
Make the attack again. Yes, an action. So you can just punch her with basically. I mean,
D4, isn't it? Plus my strength modifier.
No, it's 1 damage.
Yeah, one plus your strength. Yeah.
I'll give her a slightly bruised lip.
Yeah.
I thought it was 1d2, but
No, I think it's 1d3 if you have a specific feat. I think for it. Just if you don't have anything, it's just 1 damage. It's pretty weak.
It's 1d4 for like tavern brawlers.
Yeah, something like that.
For monks.
Yeah, that's for monks. It's more, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Infernus. Your turn.
All right. I'm gonna hit her with Scorching Ray.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. So plus 7. I get 3 of them, right?
Attack rolls. Yes, 3 bolts of fire appear hovering in the air around.
18 to hit.
Hits.
16 to hit.
Hits.
And 11 to hit.
Does not hit. The last one she
All right.
dodged out of the way. But the other two she takes full on.
Cool. And damage for that is what, 2d6 or something like that?
I think it's 3d6. I think.
Scorching Rays 2d8, I think.
2d8. All right. So 48 fire damage.
Hold on, I'll get that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Uh, 21 points of fire damage.
2d6, in fact.
It's 2d8. And that's 2 concentration checks.
Sorry?
Oh, 2d6, yeah.
How much?
2d6?
Yeah,
Never
40.
mind. Let me do that.
Yeah, reroll.
So it is 6 for one of the attacks and 7 for the other one of the attacks.
Okay, so 13 total.
13
Okay.
checks.
Yeah, she's forced backwards. She doesn't look too hurt, but definitely a little singed, but her fairy fire is still off.
Okay.
And behind you can now hear like shouting.
I'll try to move as far away from the guards rushing in as I possibly can.
Okay. Yes. So you move around basically the table.
Like into the corner. Yeah.
The guard who's standing behind you draws his short sword. He opens the door behind him and says, "Get in here now!" And then shouts backwards and then runs up and attacks Godfrey with his short sword, swinging it down. But misses Godfrey as you dodge out of the way, rolling away across the table, the short sword slicing air. And then we have the other guards that are basically jumping out and shouting. And you can now hear this, Sarah Lynn.
Okay.
And it's now your turn.
Okay, as a bonus action, I begin whistling this almost enchanting tune. It doesn't affect others, but it affects me.
Mm-hmm.
I go into the Blade Song.
Excellent.
And as I do so, my armor class is now +4, i.e. 20.
Yeah.
And I stab the guard twice, rapier.
Okay, he's basically turning away from you, looking towards the main building, holding his crossbow in his hand as you snap up. He turns.
I haven't surprised?
No, he's not surprised as such, but like you whistle, he turns, he sees you drawing the blade, and then you stab him.
Okay, so
he's aware that the attack is coming.
Fair enough. That is a 24.
Hits, yeah.
No, sorry, 22, but still.
Yeah, that still hits.
And a 25.
Both hit.
Huzzah. That is 9 on the first attack and 4 on the second.
You say 9 and 4. Okay. Your rapier enters his body twice. He drops his crossbow and falls to the side into the mud.
Okay.
Dead now,
And as a move action, I want to slip into the building.
Okay. You run, jump over his body, run through the mud, skittering and splashing water, and then basically push the door open.
Yeah,
And,
I have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, that's about as far as you can get. You can just get inside, basically.
Yeah.
To the main building. All right. That was Serling. Now we have Godfrey's turn.
Okay. I'm going to use Vampiric Touch again, just because I can.
Okay. Do you want to attack the guard?
Is there anyone in melee range of me other than the woman?
No, the woman.
The woman moved
Omar
away,
is not
didn't she?
in melee range. She has retreated backwards. However, the guard who tried to slash you last turn, he's in melee range.
Okay. Then I will, I'll Vampiric Touch on him.
All right, go for it.
So that is D20. Oh, really? That's a 6 plus my spell attack.
Could probably still hit, actually. What's your plus? It's probably
Proficiency,
plus.
do I get a proficiency bonus?
Yeah, so 13, I think.
Plus 3 for the
Proficiency bonus and plus 4 for your intelligence.
Yeah.
So it's 13. 13 is a hit.
Lovely. So that does how much damage?
Slap your vampiric touch, your hand wrapped in necromantic energies against his chest, and he just starts rotting.
Lovely.
I believe vampiric touch is 3d8 or something.
3d6.
Oh, 3d6, okay.
So that's a 3, a 5, and a 2.
Okay, that is 10 damage. And you regenerate, well, you haven't been hit. So.
I don't need to.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, he screams and takes half a step backwards, nearly falling, but still somehow remaining on his feet. Anything else you want?
Other than making my eyes flash black, I don't think so.
All right. Umara now will target. She will in fact target. She will target Infernus because you're still wrapped into the fairy fire.
Mhm.
She will reach both her hands up, and out of her hands come tendrils of purple energy. That two of them shooting towards you with advantage. That is a.
I'm gonna portent and give her a 6.
Okay, that works. So that is a miss. The first one is a miss. Second one with advantage is a 21. So that definitely hits.
That hits. Yep, for sure.
You take 8 points of force damage
All right.
as one of those tendrils hits you in the shoulder, pushing you back a bit.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Wild creature.
That was her turn. Your turn.
Cool. But we're not in melee range though, right?
No, you're about maybe 10 feet apart.
Yeah, 10 feet apart, right? And I say on that. I say third level.
Sorry, third level what?
Third level chromatic orb.
All right, nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna portent and give myself a 16 on that.
Okay, sure, that works.
So,
Yeah,
16 plus 7 is 20.
you can give yourself a 13, I think, not a 16.
13 plus 7.
Yeah, that still hits.
20. Yep.
All right, a third level, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah. Give me 1 second.
What damage do you wish to use?
I am going to pick. I'm going to pick. Let's see. She just hit me with force damage. You know what? I'm a fire genasi. It's going to be fire.
Okay, certainly.
And let's see here. So it's going to be 5d8.
Yes, excellent.
All right. Not bad. 20 points of fire damage.
Oh shit. Okay. The so you raise up your crystal, and a ray of sunlight coming through the windows channeled into it, and then flame starts shooting out the other side, hitting her in the face and the chest. Ah! She stumbles backwards, smoldering, and her clothing starting to burn. And you can see as her sort of armor is damaged underneath. You can see her chest, the top part of her chest, is covered with these weird tattoos, like thorny vines that sort of crawl all across her chest and her shoulders.
What kind of pact did you make, foul woman?
Okay, that was their turn. The guards now. The 4 guards that were in the dining room rush out, and 2 of them will turn and attack Serlin, who has just rushed into the corridor. The other 2 are running into the room with you guys.
Okay.
So the 2 of them are attacking Serlin. Both of them. One of them will take it. It has a crossbow, so he stops basically and takes a shot down the hallway at you. The other one runs at you. He gets to you, but he cannot attack. He's not fast enough to get all the way.
How close are they together?
Sorry?
How close are they together?
They're about 25 feet away from each other. The guy with the crossbow, yeah, that is a... Oh, no, you have an AC 20. No, that's not...
AC of 20, yes.
Yeah, the crossbow comes and you like Matrix style just flies past you in slow motion.
I love
and the other guy is like running at you, dashing into your face with his short sword raised, but does not hit you. The other 2 run into the room with your other 2 wizards, but they cannot quite attack you yet. They don't have enough actions left. The heavily injured guard, however, will slash at Godfrey, and this time he will hit. Godfrey, you take 6 points of damage as the short sword slices across your lower arm and draws a line of blood.
As a reaction, I'm going to cast Shield.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Which is first level.
This is your armor class to 75. So yes, that will not hit then in this case.
Brilliant.
Shield, and the blade ricochets away.
And that's till the start of my next turn.
Yes, it is. Serlin, now your turn.
Yes. Can I see the room? Can I see the room where my companions are?
You can see the entrance, not really the room beyond.
Okay. How far is that from where I am right
now? 25 feet, 45-ish feet.
45-ish feet. Okay. Maintaining the blade song.
Yeah.
I will stab the person that is going up to attack me. Just stab him twice.
Okay. Yeah.
So one is that is sadly only a 10.
Okay, yeah, he parries with his short sword.
Okay, he parries, and that is a 19.
That hits.
Okay, so that'll do 9 damage.
All right. Yeah, he's not looking good after this. You stab him in the leg. Blood pours out down his trousers. He stumbles and nearly falls.
Then I misty step closer to the door.
How far is Misty Step? He's 30 feet?
Hold on, Misty Step.
I think it's 30 feet.
30 feet, yeah.
Misty Step's 30 feet.
So you disappear and reappear behind the guy with the crossbow who's reloading.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I rush into the other room.
Okay. So you basically bump into the backs of the 2 guards that have just run into the room in front of you.
Okay.
You catch up to them.
Yeah.
All right. Godfrey, your turn.
Okay. So the guy who I hit before, how rough is he looking?
He looks pretty rough.
Okay.
One hit will kill him for sure.
Yeah. I'll reach out again with my hand. It's turned sort of a pale white with black veins on it, and I'll just grab him by the throat.
Okay.
And that's a that's
That's probably still a hit.
plus plus 3 plus 4.
So that's 7. That's 13. That's
13.
hit. Yep. So you grab him by the throat and you squeeze, and your necromantic energy enters his flesh, and you can see he goes pale. His eyes
Yeah.
go wide, and the
I
tongue.
got nearly max damage.
And then he just falls in your grip, and you release him. He falls dead onto the ground.
Yeah, lovely. And then I
12.
16.
Wow. Okay. He's definitely dead.
Then I will move over to the woman who ran away from me to begin with.
Mara, yeah.
Get in melee with her.
Okay.
And I don't have my shield has gone down, so I'll do my shield again. So that's another 2nd level spell.
That's a Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm just going to use my reaction to do it again.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to do it. You can wait until someone attacks you and then do it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that instead. Okay, that's me done.
Okay. And that we have Umara herself. Let's see. Okay. She will look at you wide-eyed, and she's already quite hurt, not close to death as such, but she's burned and she has been hit. And she focuses on you, and her eyes go wide and then completely white.
Okay, to match my black eyes.
Pretty much, exactly. And you feel something. You feel magic basically seeping out, and you can see in front of your face, this magic forms into this spiritual creature with nasty claws. The creature screams, "Ah!" and slashes with these spectral claws at your face. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence, I've got intelligence of 18, which is a bonus of 4, if I'm correct.
Right. You're a wizard, so it should be one of your proficiencies.
Yeah, so you plus 7 total.
Lost internet for
Plus 7
like
total.
A few seconds. What was the creature?
That's a 23.
Okay.
It's a 16 plus 7.
You look up to the creature and you realize this creature is just an illusion. It is not real.
This is a solution. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Mess with your mind, and you just shake your head, and as the creature's sort of claws reach into your face, they just pass through, and nothing happens.
Okay. Brilliant. I just laugh at her.
She snarls.
Bring it on.
"Help me, you fools!" she shouts over at the guards. Infernus, your turn.
I just point at her and I say, "Foul woman, surrender now, or there's another one of those fireballs coming at you." And I cast True Strike.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check. However,
Sure.
there's like, yeah. Give me an intimidation. It's fair.
17 plus 2 is 19.
19. Okay, not bad. Okay, she looks at you, and she says, basically sees the dead guard on the ground, and 2 more guards in the room, and the 3 of you who have run in, and she raises her arms and says, "All right, there's no need for violence. I don't know why you came here to attack me. What do you want?"
I want the sun key. Give it to us now.
I'll hold up my hand for it, seeing as I'm right in front of her.
It's in the drawer behind you. The left one.
I'll turn around and pull it out. Do I see it in there?
You open the drawer, but the drawer is empty. She says,
Are we still in initiative order, or?
I mean, not at the moment, because
Okay.
but you can still attack her if you, want. She says,
Was she saying something?
It's a secret compartment underneath. Just, push your fingers towards the back. You'll feel it there.
Can I check for insight in case it's a trap?
Yeah, good idea. Go for it.
That's a 10 plus. Is it intelligence?
No, it's wisdom.
Wisdom. 11.
You're not sure if she speaks the truth or not. She's certainly intimidated, but
I'll say, if this hurts me, I will suck your soul from your body and gulp it down like so much porridge. And then I reach in.
okay. You find at the back there's a bit of a space in between where the sort of bottom of the drawer does not quite connect to the back.
Okay.
Lift it up a bit, and you find a compartment underneath there, and your fingers touch something metallic, which you then pull out, and you're holding a golden rod, very similar to the black one that you already have. This one, however, is smooth. It does not have any symbols on it.
Okay.
It looks a little like a wand, basically, a wizard's wand.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if it is a key or if it's just a wand of some sort?
Give me an Arcana check, yeah.
Oh,
It's hard to say.
yeah.
You have it now.
Uh,
I'll leave it in peace.
Can I attempt to activate it? Because if it's a wand, would I need to attune to it?
Potentially, yes.
Also,
Okay.
I want to. I look at her and I ask, "What about the cup and the necklace?"
You are a thief.
I am. Listen, you have what you wanted. I don't have the cup or the necklace.
Who has it?
I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on her.
My associate.
Oh, the blonde man. Where is he?
I don't know. Somewhere in the village.
So I cast Dissonant Whispers, which she makes a Wisdom saving throw. If she fails, she takes 3d6 psychic damage. And I just want to shout while that's going on that she better be telling the truth, and that if she's hiding something here, I just want to sort of intimidate her using that.
That's a 17, I believe. So she does. That she does succeed. The saving throw. She takes off the spell.
Godfrey, you are too
So she takes half as much damage.
impulsive.
Yes. Yep. 3d6 halved.
That's 2.
Okay, so she hardly feels it, basically. She shakes her head a bit and says, I already gave you what you want. What more do you want?
I believe you for now.
Maybe we can make a deal.
What deal?
We can help each other. We are all after the same thing, right? It's knowledge, right?
Yes.
There's a whole library under there. We can share
Wait.
it. I can pay you handsomely.
How much?
500 gold.
No. No, Godfrey, this is
How much are we
something
being
you
paid by
don't
the college?
understand.
You're not being paid anything.
Do they? So, what's our position at the college? Do we get like a yearly salary or something, or?
Yeah, you would get something along those lines.
But it's not as much as 500 gold.
No,
or is it?
500 gold is a large sum. Like you'd probably get maybe about. I mean, that would be like half a year's pay for you, probably even more.
Godfrey,
Okay.
this is not about money. This is about
Godfrey,
loyalty. This
we
is
cannot
about-
let this foul magic user do not know from whence her magic comes. We cannot let her have this knowledge. In fact,
There's enough
you
knowledge.
can
to
do with
get
her
all
as
of
you
us.
wish.
Why do you have to be greedy?
No,
We can
no.
figure it out.
I say to her,
Because
Show me it.
knowledge is power.
show me it, or
Show you-
we should be gone.
Show you
Show
what?
you the money, prove that you have it.
I don't have all of it here, but I have about 200 here.
That's a nice
I can-
down payment.
Yes. don't you think? She
Godfrey.
very slowly, cautiously, she takes a small key out of her pocket and sort of walks up to the drawer, one of the drawers that is locked, unlocks it, and takes out a few pouches and pours like basically a few platinum coins and a bunch of gold coins onto the table. And she says, it should be about 200, 250 gold.
Thank you very much. Lovely doing business with you. And I'll look at the other two and just give them a look that sort of says, trust me on this. And then I'll take the money and turn away.
So we can work together, yes?
I don't see why not.
Good. My men and I, and my associate Antoine, he's very good at certain skills that I lack, and I presume you would lack as well. He knows locks, he knows mechanisms. He can help us out. He can help you out. We can all work together, yes?
Thank you for your cooperation.
I'm looking at Serlin. I'm like,
This won't go well.
I don't like this.
Well,
I don't like leaving her alive.
What could she do to us? We've proven our
Did you see the
strength.
magic? No, did you see her magic?
It did nothing to us.
It's not.
The fairy virus dissipates now, by the way.
But I know not where it comes from. It was unnatural.
I raise my rapier to the point where it barely, just nearly touches her neck.
He takes one step backwards.
I stepped forward.
Okay.
Who is your patron?
What do you mean?
Where do you get your magic from?
Why is that important to you? I'm not asking you where your magic is from, am I?
Just answer his question, I say.
My magic comes from years of study.
Well, my patron is Titanium, Lady of the Fae.
Very well. I sheathe my rapier.
She relaxes a bit.
Oh, wait. I do want an insight check to see if that really is the patron. And that is.
Yeah, like I have any kind of
That
history
is
or religion
a
check on that.
20 in total.
20. All right. You think she speaks truth?
Okay. I nod and I say, had it been different, you would have not stayed alive.
My lady seeks knowledge, as do we all. The secrets hidden in this library can benefit us all. There's no need to fight.
Had your patron been of a underworldly nature instead of an otherworldly?
I have nothing to do with fiends and their ilk.
Could have very well been.
Very well, this satisfies me.
I turn to the dead guardsman that I killed.
Yeah.
And I look at her and say, do you want him back?
She gives you a look and says, no, I don't think so.
Very well. And I turn on my heel and walk out.
All right. And she just, as you all leave the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
As you walk out, she just calls after you, say, we'll be seeing each other soon then, yes?
Of course.
I don't answer.
All right.
Yeah, I don't answer.
As we walk with both keys in our possession, I kind of make a symbol, and if any of the two would pay attention, they could see me whisper and mutter a prayer to Bahamut.
All right. And as you are guys stepping out in the rain, seeing that at least one of the players has lagged out and has some internet troubles, he messaged me on Facebook. He's unable to rejoin. And another one of our players, which I perfectly understand, wants to go to sleep soon.
Sorry about that.
I suppose we'll have to pick this up another time.
Okay.
See what secrets the mystical library of Melchior Thruthseer might hold, and what this creature is whose breathing they have heard before.
Yeah, it was good fun.
We'll be picking this up in about 2 or 3 weeks. Sadly, I can't really do earlier, and hopefully we'll be able to find a day where everyone can play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, guys. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching. It looks like the power of knowledge is not quite acquired yet, but we will continue, and we will see 2 keys are being in the possession of our players, and we'll see what they make of it. Until then, until we see each other again, bye-bye, good night, and thanks for watching.
Take care.
Bye.